Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another edition of MNW Firing Line. I am your host, Mojo. Joined with me, as always, is my co-host, Faye Jinn. How's it going, Faye?
It's been a long week, but we're getting back into the swing today. We had a bit of a break last week, but we are back here today on this Thursday with all the latest news going on in MNW for you all.
That is right. Unfortunately, due to circumstances beyond my control, we were not able to do a show last week. But we will be hopefully referencing the outcome of such over the past week. The big news, from Breakdown 8, Victor Vicious and Brawl Kaiser have both retained their own respective titles. We had the return of the Citric King, or is this one an imposter? Who knows? As well as the tag team titles have changed hands to the Time Bandits. And that's just on the Flashbang side of things. Warzone had a bunch of stuff going on too. The formation of the administration, Defunk challenging Lock-In to a match. If Lock-In loses, he joins Cloud9. And Simjax laying down the gauntlet for Mega Blitz X. If Mega Blitz beats him and a partner of his choosing, if Mega Blitz beats the Conquest Bloodline in a tag team match, that means he will be able to get a shot at Simjax's Money in the Bank contest. That's just to name a few before we get into the shows proper for this week.
Oh, just what a busy week we have in MNW for you all. But let's not keep anybody waiting. Where do we start off today?
Let us go on ahead and get started. We are going to go right ahead and go to some flashbang action. And we're going to go ahead and get started with the newly christened one half of the new tag team champions, one half of the Time Bandits. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be saying hi to the Sandman.
Ladies and gentlemen of the Multiverse, everyone here live in attendance and watching Flashbang at home, I am proud to stand before you as one half of your brand new World Tag Team Champions. We did it, ladies and gentlemen! The Time Bandits are definitely not out of time yet. You see, it was a long uphill battle. It was struggle after struggle, opportunity after opportunity squandered. But while we were blazing a trail, whether it was part of the Time Bandits, whether it was part of House Caliban, or as a part of Fate, me and Thunderbolt have always been two of the best to ever do it in this particular kind of match as a tag team. And now that we have the championship to back up what we've always believed all along, now that we've been on the same page, now that we've gone through the trials and the tribulations, it has only made us stronger. But what that means is now the clock has officially started. It means that everybody is going to be gunning for me and Thunderbolt. Every team that had an opportunity, whether it was at the Mad World or the Bone Warriors or the Empire, they want another shot. And so what I will say... yes, I've seen this movie before. This is the part where you come out here and tell everyone how all of the tag teams that have already had opportunities get to simply get another shot. Now, Sandman, I know you're no stranger to be given a million opportunities, but have you ever thought about doing something, different? Oh, look, it's Rabbit's intern. I was wondering what you've been up to. I gotta say, I gotta compliment you guys. I always thought that the grand equations, final formula, just came out to, 0, as in, the number of wins you guys managed for your early part of your career, but you've really turned it around. Though I don't understand why you are out here interrupting my celebration. I really didn't put your name in my mouth. No, you didn't put my name or the grand equation's name in your mouth, and that's kind of the problem, Sandman. The grand equation has been looked at as an afterthought, whether it be the trios or as singles competitors or as a tag team. but Rabbit has given us new focus. Me and your old friend Henry, of course, the man you abandoned. Abandoned? As the guy who was ride or die with Henry for years in Fade, I think I stood by him plenty. Now, just because I wasn't able to pull money out of a rabbit hat and somehow get him out of the hospital doesn't mean I didn't care. Believe me, Henry and I are as close as we've ever been, so don't presume to understand our relationship. Fair enough, but my point still stands. As it is right now, you're talking about a bunch of teams that have had shots at the previous champions, but you're not talking about the team that's never had a shot. And don't worry, I'm not out here to demand a shot like you do. We're going to prove it against some, ghostly apparitions. We are all about shedding our past ghosts after all. Well, I'll tell you what, I look forward to that match, and I'll be paying really close attention, but I'm not in the business of picking my challengers. Everybody earns their shot just like we did. So I'll tell you what, Matrix, you go through the gauntlet of whatever the brass wants to throw in front of you, and you win yourself an opportunity. Thunderbolt and I will be right here waiting to serve you that big old L when you come for the belt. First of all, Sandman, it's called a title. A belt is what I have around my waist. Second of all, that is exactly what the Grand Equation is going to do. With the guidance of a legend like Mr. Rabbit, the technical expertise of myself, and the way Henry Colt knows you and Thunderbolt inside out, it's only a matter of time. The equation spells out that you are clearly out of... Oh, you want to jack my lines now? How about you worry about dealing with the Ghost? By the way, they're called Spectre Sonata. And honestly, good friends with both CG and PM, and quite frankly, I wouldn't mind defending the belts against them either. So may the best team win. I got nothing against either one of you, but do me a favor. Don't come out here and piss me off anymore. You saw how that went for the last two that did it. Oh, I would never dream of pissing you off, Sandman. You see, it just so happens that people don't like facts around here. When you lay out the simple mathematical explanation for things, they don't like it because it oftentimes spells their doom. So I'll let the numbers speak for themselves here tonight and going forward. Enjoy those belts while you have them, Mr. Sandman.
Strong declaration from Lionel Matrix. I mean, pretty much saying that him and Rabbit are going to be gunning for the tag titles. Or maybe it would be Rabbit and Henry Colt, or Colt and Matrix. I mean, the combinations are not endless, but still each one is more fascinating than the last.
Oh, no, absolutely. And it will certainly be a treat to see if either Rabbit or Henry create a follow-up in regards to this declaration. But things... He does have a point. Things are going to have to heat up for the tag team division in a little bit soon. We're going to have to find some new contenders up against those belts. And certainly not too soon, although I'm sure Sandman would have liked to enjoy the moment a little bit more.
I mean, most definitely, but I mean, anybody, you win a new you are the new champion of a title. The next thing you're gonna want to know is, okay, who is gonna be my first defense? And honestly, win or lose, I can't find anyone at this current moment that's kind of as hot right now than the Grand Equation.
Oh, absolutely, and especially after successfully obtaining those belts, one could say that in itself might attract a little bit more of attention. The Mad World had a very long reign with those tag belts, and to be able to pull off the victory against them is certainly no small feat.
Yeah, I want to say they had it the second longest next to the Bone Warriors, who they won it off of, but although it was very interesting that Lionel Matrix mentioned that they were going to be facing Spectre Sonata, CG, and PM Ghost later on in the night. You figured they would have tried to go for a more... I hate saying this because it sounds negative, but you figure they would have gone with another team. They've kind of already had the matches between them in not only singles, but tag and trios competitions.
Perhaps they want to make the equation a little bit more clear, as I'm sure they might want to say. Just perhaps they're going to try to make themselves seem as the number one undisputed contender for the tag division.
Well, let's see if that is the case later on in the night. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to go to a Multiverse Nexus Wrestling staple. That's the showcase match. We're going to get started off with the Curator representing the Guild. Coming up next, we have Wiley, the Dragonborn. Coming in third, representing the Omnislayers, we have Artemis. Coming in fourth, representing the Troll Train, we got Tiki, the Troll, the Conductor. Coming in fifth, representing Apex, we have this asshole, Blight Howlis. And coming in sixth, representing Fabulous, we have Joseph Kalman. Coming in sixth, we have Slamfibian representing AAA. Wherever Apex goes, AAA is soon to follow. And the newcomer, whoa, it's only Smoke and Mirror, coming in at eighth. And as usual, it's an all-out brawl.
No, absolutely. Who's your favorite coming into this show?
Oh, God. Why do you have to make me choose? Honestly speaking, I have to give it to Smoking Mirror. He had, they had a very strong showcase and showing the previous week on Flashbang during their debut. Well, sorry, during the go-home show of Flashbang during their debut, and they eliminated, I'll have to check in with Miguel later.
I believe it was 3. I think it was at least 3.
Okay, 3. I was thinking 4, but 3 sounds like a good number. That sounds about right.
They did get the last pin, and I could have sworn it was at least 3, but we can check the numbers, yes.
We can. I'll have to check with Miguel or Carla later. But yes, 3 eliminations in your first showcase, and you win it. That is a very, very high, very strong... very strong start. And El Robot, thank you for the subscription. You've been subscribing for 3 months. You crazy person.
Yes, absolutely. And Smoky Mirror in particular has been rather, obscure. They've also been rather vocal. We're not quite certain exactly their origins or anything like that. Oh my god, okay.
And that is a bounty being claimed. That is El Robot giving a tier 1 sub to Wandiferous, JMPOA, Twisty the Kitty, Treese Alpha, Gumsy Kinda Guy, Simon the Pyro, the Sandman, I lost my place, Sir Strawhead, Sage the Omnigeek, and Hartley Reaper. Enjoy your emotes, ladies and gentlemen. You get hammers. Enjoy them. Oh, and here we have the Frost Bomb onto Slamfibian, but... looks like Blight is capitalizing on the pin, and he steals one from Wiley. I told y'all.
Oh yeah, Blight Howlis has been rather coming into this, as we briefly mentioned it, but among the prior matches around the breakdown was the rather frightening match between. Suicide Gemini, who has returned to face down off against Nero, in which he put Nero on his ass again after throwing him off the top of a trailer in the parking garage. It was a very, very brutal statement.
And as we were talking, Smoking Mirror got eliminated. That is kind of crazy. There goes my pick.
Yeah, personally, my favorites coming into this were going to be either Wiley or Artemis. Well, but I've also had I've been keeping an eye on the Troll Train, as well as the Soul Train too, is by extension. I'm very excited to see what comes of their matches and whatnot.
Yeah, I was gonna say that 5-win streak has been very interesting. Tiki in this match actually does still have that 1 win, but if he maybe 1 win and a showcase win, the momentum from that is going to carry you going nuts. And then here we have Blight Howlis digging his disgusting claw into the ribs of Wiley, going in for that pin. Going for that cover 2 and 3. Looks like that Blight Hallis capitalized onto Wiley. And now we are down to 4, ladies and gentlemen. So Kalman, Blight, the Curator, and Tiki and Artemis. Forgot about Artemis there. I apologize.
Side headlock. Reversal. Knocked away.
And looks like Tiki's getting back to assess the situation. Kalman resting on the ropes. Not gonna lie. Oh, and then here we have Cav Crusher onto Curator. Little heat tap. And Tiki eliminates the Curator. And then here we have a pin on Kalman. Kalman kicking right on out. See, you figure like a match like this would definitely favor Tiki a bit more because, you know, troll and regeneration. The longer a match goes, the more likely he is to kind of soak up the most of the damage that he was given. And now we have Artemis squaring off against Tiki. Blight and Kalman are kind of on the outside. And looks like he's tying him up in the Hunter's Lock on the outside. Unfortunately for Tiki, he has to worry about a rope break. I've never seen Blight this winded before. It's kind of crazy, actually.
Well, he's certainly putting in a lot of that work. As I was saying, with that devastating blow to Nero, I'm sure he wants to make a bit of a statement that, well, yes, Nero may have been down, but Mizuki especially has been making it awfully clear that she is the queen, and Apex is still as strong as ever. And we've had no reason to doubt such so far.
Did I miss that? Because when that scene transitioned, it looked like Artemis was walking away. Did Artemis get eliminated? Wait, did his elimination get cut? Son of a... Technical difficulties, ladies and gentlemen. You love to see it. And here we have the final 2. Blight and Kalman. Blight just delivering those vicious looking strikes. Those big ass paws of his just raining down on blows. Now, a competitor the size of Blight is definitely not alien to Joseph Kalman. Kalman himself has actually put down some of the biggest and the best that Flashbang has to offer. In the tournament to crown the inaugural interdimensional champion, this man, Joseph Kalman, has eliminated the likes of Spike with that avalanche Faye answer of his, and also Johan Mjolnir before ultimately losing to Wiley. Ooh, a super kick straight to the muzzle. 1, 2. Blight kicking right on out of 2. Still though, so Kalman is definitely not. He is not as such. He can take. Yeah, sorry, I lost my train of thought there. He can take it to you as hard and as vicious as he is good looking. The heart, the backbreaker of sorts. 1, 2, and your winner, Blight Hallis. Like Jinn was saying, just sending that message to Gemini that Apex still ain't nothing to fuck with, as well as what Wand was. Not Wand. That's somebody completely different. What Faye was mentioning earlier. I don't know what's up with me tonight.
We've got a lot to think about. Sometimes the mind races a bit faster than our mouths can keep up.
But overall, what did you think of the match?
I'm still getting used to the flashbang side of things, but after something like Breakdown, it's nice to be able to get back into the standard showcase action, see what everybody's been up to. As especially with the victory of AAA, the victory of the Time Bandits, teams are going to be heating up a lot, both in the tags and the triple tag division. All eyes are going to be on that, and all factions are going to have to be wanting to put their hat into the ring, just
Well, yeah,
showcase their dominance.
especially since, and we completely can't believe we forgot to mention this earlier, but the tag team titles weren't the only belts that changed hands over the course of Breakdown 8. The trios titles also changed hands to a team who I arguably is one of the most deserving in an all flashbang. They went to AAA, El Pollo de la Muerte, O Toro Azul, and the Demolition Fox.
Correct, absolutely, Joe. AAA coming off of a series of matches to decide contention, to decide the stipulations of their eventual showdown at Breakdown 8. The stipulations of which being that it was going to be essentially last man standing on either team. That's what it ended up being, with the additional banning of El Pollo de Muerte's chicken wing, which, for those of you who have not actually watched the breakdown, I do certainly recommend doing so. The VODs still should be up, but Mad Jack, that clever little pumpkin, decided to ban the chicken wing specifically so he could attempt to put El Pollo away with that very same move. Following which, after nearly choking the man out, El Pollo beat Mad Jack actually with a roll-up. And that was how they won their tag belts. Certainly, as Mad Jack, I believe, put it in his own words, after his own heart, as far as trickery is concerned. It was a very spectacular finish.
Most definitely, but until then, we do have some fallout from the match between Gemini and Nero Napier. Gemini beating Nero in a hellacious, oh my god, that was a brawl and a half, that match, and I'm so upset that weren't able to cover that.
Oh, absolutely. In the following which, after taking it all the way out into the back, Nero proceeded to not only once but twice threw Nero off of the top of the trailer, and just minutes prior to that threw Nero actually into an electric box. It was absolutely brutal, and I can't say I'm actually surprised that Nero is still alive. That man has taken several brutal beatings. He's, I would argue, the most resilient competitor across MNW, just for the sheer amount of abuse and physical trauma has taken as a result of simply defending his own title.
I mean,
he's been beaten and teamed up on several times. And granted, it did take months for him to get back into shape. He's still kicking.
I mean, he held the title for, what was it, 18 months?
Yes, roughly so. And like I said, all while taking, just several attacks. Constantly.
Actually, no, wait, it was 15 months because he dropped it to Victor Vicious that October. After defending it at Multivania. So yeah, about 15 months. That has to be one of the longest reigns that we have had in MNW. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, we have a match between... Hello. That was not supposed to be there. That was the match from Rabbit and Crimson. Wow. Okay. Hold up. I can fix this. Okay, here we go. We have the aforementioned homicidal suicide Gemini going up against the Doof from the Doofington Estate, aka the breaker of the fucking budget. Boo this man. Seriously, I had to add this part in. Yeah, that's why we don't have a budget anymore, ladies and gentlemen. That right there. And it looks like as we were kind of getting set up, bell was about to ring. And who is to join at ringside? Oh, it's the Crimson Phoenix, the dapper bird himself. He's just minding his own business, and he just wanting to take a little seat, as it seems.
Yeah, he do a sit.
Getting
And-
a front row seat of things. Doof is like...
Gemini's
Sorry, go ahead.
not happy about that. Gemini is not happy about that, trying to apparently get him thrown out, but the ref is just saying that he's minding his business. He's not doing anything.
I mean, technically speaking, yeah, he's not doing anything. He's just sitting there, enjoying a match. As Gemini was trying to work the Doof's elbow, well, his arm, only to get slammed right down. We're going to have to break this hold here. Yeah, man. I mean, I'm surprised that Force the Fortress Wade hasn't came down from accounting to kind of give the Doof some what for. The man keeps breaking the monthly budget with his silly entrance. And all of this is a silhouette of himself. Or, better yet, make him pay for it. He's got money. That's just my 2 cents.
I don't know. Personally, I wouldn't want to get I wouldn't try to get between a man and his. I mean, it's part of his gear or just his all his design. As I'm told. So, and wrestlers they can get pretty defensive about those sorts of things because I mean, I'm sure there's despite the budget, I'm sure there's plenty of fans who actually come out to see that.
Still, just there's a reason why our vacation funds are limited. And kicking right out at 1 is the Doof. Got it. So we talked about how Donkey Kong is someone who's somebody who went winless for years. I mean, 3 years that Flashbang has been in business, and Donkey Kong has picked up the 1 against Victor Vicious. The Doof here, however, has picked up 0. Since he came in, he has not had 1 win. And look, Phoenix looks like he's... Gemini getting a little cross with Phoenix just waving at him. And,
Just coming out to confront him.
and as he was distracted, as he was distracted, Doof just capitalized on it. We got a tweet out from Forrest the Fortress. You don't have to win to be loved. That is very fair, but I was mostly just shooting off facts that I actually knew off the top of my head. And we do have some support for the Doof to actually get this upset victory over Gemini, and that would be fantastic. I mean, I'm sure Spectre Sonata would definitely love to see Gemini get his comeuppance. For those who don't know, Gemini here arranged a hit from the Outlaws to take out PM Ghost by running him over. So, yeah, Spectre Sonata is still very, very, very pissed about that. I mean, in Gemini's words, he said it was nothing personal, but he was mostly using it as a distraction. But still, I mean, it's like Miguel Mendez also tweets out a number of people would definitely want to get back at Gemini. Yeah, I think the entirety of Apex, just about everybody in the Soul Train at this point. See here. Haven't heard from Manatee in a hot minute. I hope he's doing okay. Ooh, big headbutt straight onto the Doof's shoulder. Although, I will pose this question. Gemini has had a feathered serpent motif back at Multivania. Ooh. I will pose that question later. But your winner, ladies and gentlemen, Suicide Gemini. Coming off of this Coming off of this win, just reveling in his victory. Crimson Phoenix officially in his sights, and he just shoves the ref. But other than that, so like mentioned earlier, Suicide Gentleman, I kept making mentions of a feathered serpent and had a very like feathered serpent like motif back at Breakdown, as well as Multivania, and a lot of people have been mentioning, especially Smoking Mirror himself, that Smoking Mirror has been making a lot of ties to Aztec myths himself. Think this is like a potential team up?
We can only see. There's quite a bit of speculation, which, admittedly, you did see my own notes, and I did get into a little bit of it on Twitter and some other online forums in regards to that. Smoking Mirror is a translated name of one of the how do you pronounce that again? Textlapoca. Essentially,
Close enough.
Quetzalcoatl, the feathered serpent, represents one of the cardinal four of these individuals, these types of deities. And Texcalipoca it is named Smoking Mirror, and that is the black Texcalipoca. I'm very sorry for my pronunciation. I'm certain someone is going to correct me on that very soon. I'm just skipping over it.
Texcalipoca.
Texcalipoca. Yes. Yes, there are four Texcalipoca, and they're traditionally meant to represent partially elements, but primarily the four cardinal directions. So there will be north, east, south, and west. So there's two other possible motifs that we have to look out for, but as you mentioned, that was certainly going to be something to keep an eye out for. Especially with the mention of those panthers, which is another motif of the Smoking Mirror, Texcalipoca.
Yeah, it's a lot
of mythology.
Yeah, it's
I love that stuff. Just as you can tell.
I would hope that one of us that at the very least one of us would definitely be learned in this kind of stuff. The most myths I know of is mostly just Greek and Norse, and the only reason why I know about Norse is because I interviewed Johan like 1,000 times. But yeah, seriously, he does not shut up about it. I don't get. Well, okay, I get it, but come on, dude. Another topic. Anyway, so coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, we mentioned the administration earlier with the Doctor of Albinomics taking up a role of head of merchandising, and the merchant of MNW, Zach DeWeaver, has some words for them.
Greetings, MNW. My name is Zach DeWeaver. I'm sure all of you know I'm the head of the merchandising car here. The best merchant MNW has ever seen, but unfortunately there seems to be some confusion going on around here about how the merchandising stand and everything works. So allow me to help you out real quick. You see, Lesume is as a crafter of most of the items that you see at our particular shop. The curator, well, he curates the supplies. And my job is to set the prices and to give you the best deals possible. But apparently, there's this little group on Warzone, or at least one of them, that think they could do a better job. Maybe it's just an Omi thing. Maybe it's just, a mistranslation, but I'll tell you what, Mr. Doctor of Albinomics, if you think you could do such a good job running the merch stand, why don't you come and be an intern? Don't worry about us there at the VIP. You come right here to Flashbang, and I'll give you an opportunity. Because I'll tell you what, if the Doctor of Albinomics wants to try to do the merch stand thing, I'll see no reason why we can't expand and get more shops and more places. I'll tell you what, I'll put the balls in your court, but you're going to have to earn it. You just let me know. And while I'm on the topic, speaking of curator and Lesume, I want to congratulate AAA on finally beating Doom and putting them down. They were starting to get on me nerves. But now, the guild be looking at you, Free, and thinking to ourselves, It might be time for us to get back into some trios competition. So AAA, prepare to be price checked.
Zach DeWeaver laying down a proclamation to the administration, it seems. I mean, I don't, personally speaking, because I'm not much of a competitor myself, but I don't think I would want to mess with the people who are in charge of a lot of key aspects here in MNW, and yet he's going straight for the Doctor of Albenomics. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this is kicking off in a very interesting way. We will see what comes of this. Hopefully tomorrow on Flashbang, or this coming Saturday on Warzone. Until then, we have a rematch of sorts. One of two rematches, actually. We have a match between the Princedom and Electro Reality. Princedom wanted this match again Electro Reality wanted this match once more after their loss to the Princedom, wanting to get it one more go. Electro Man and VR Junkie. Electro Man tying up against Sir Percival right on the ropes. And just so far it's very back and forth competitive. And just throwing Reginald straight onto the outside. So, Wand, who'd you have in this? No. I swear, you look like somebody else. You look like a friend of mine. So, Faye, who do you have in this match?
I've always just been a fan of Electro Reality, but the Princedom has been riding strong ever since, especially after their match, trying to clear the air in regards to hitting the ref by accident. The crowd has been giving them a little bit of a hard time, but all in all, it's very good to see from both sides.
And here we see Reginald just tossing him into the barricade there. And back into the ring. Surprised I didn't see that. I guess I didn't see that whenever I was editing this match. Oh well. Something to look out for next time. And Percival going right. Ooh, just tossing Electro Man back into the ring. Ooh, Junkie just coming in to try and save his tag partner. Oh yeah, I mean, personally speaking, I had my money on Electro Reality. I know, I don't shut up about these two once they get going, but it's for obvious reasons, ladies and gentlemen. These two are definitely one of the biggest underdog stories that we've had. Pretty much going from guys who couldn't catch a break to guys who can turn it on a dime. Yeah, they could go through some losing. Yeah, they've had some losing streaks here and there, but honestly speaking, when they are determined, they can pull out miracles. Essentially, honestly speaking, I could honestly throw their name into the ring for their name into the hat for another set of tag title contention. They have not had a shot since I want to say against the Bone Warriors. Ooh, big Uranagi. Well, Percival going up. Ooh. Ooh. What? I think what was that? A Tiger Driver? I can't remember. There's so many.
I think so.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, it would certainly be interesting to see more of Electro Reality in regards to the tags, and perhaps that this is all just part of training in regards to that. Although it does, I do admit, I do get a little bit of a chuckle out of the possibility of a Oh, could you imagine a VR tag team division?
Super kick straight onto VR Junkie, kicking out at 2. So like, it's like a VR tag team competition. So like everything has like some like augmented reality stuff on it.
Yeah, augmented reality wrestling. It would certainly explain a possible third or fourth. Just do it in VR.
Man, that would be. I'm
It would
not.
be confusing,
It
but
would
it
be.
would be very interesting.
It would be confusing for like everybody who's watching it in real time, like who's like watching it in the arena. But like those on screen, oh my god, that would be like that would look very anime, like shonen fight anime, you know.
No, absolutely.
I mean, at that point, I think we would definitely see. I think that would answer the question of what does the VR junkie see while he's in the ring. Although I could argue that the biggest mystery of that is how does he wrestle in flip flops?
Oh shit, you're right.
I just now noticed it.
They look very sturdy though, to be fair.
Yeah, like he's a very VR junkie is a very athletic individual, and he wrestles in flip flops of all things.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I've seen, like, do you see the heels on some of these men's boots? Like, look at that. Like, I would argue running around in heels is a lot harder than running around in flip-flops or even bare feet, really.
I will take your word on that, as I have never worn heels.
Oh yeah, no, it's a very fast way to bust out your lower back or wreck your knees. People suspect sorcery, but well, hopefully not. APS has been trying to keep an eye on that, especially in regards to the little suspicious fruit problem we have going on right now.
And one VR slam and a 1-2-3, and your winners are Electro Reality. And I mean, I hope they take this and go and just show the Time Bandits why they need to be in contention as well. And VR Junkie's talking to somebody. I don't know who that is. Maybe it's a ghost. Either way, congratulations, Electro Reality. You are very much well deserving of that win. Faye, what'd you think of the match?
Oh, no, like I said, I was just very happy to see both of them, even though I keep hearing the crowd just giving the Princeton such a hard time. But it'll be alright. I do honestly hope to see more of Electro Reality going forward. I wonder if that might lead to some contention, because it will be a race for contention, and they're certainly in the running.
Oh, most
Or at least I would argue.
Or at the very least in the beginning of, proving to the Time Bandits, hey, we deserve a shot too. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, speaking of people who are deserving of a title shot, coming up next are potential contenders for the Interdimensional Championship, especially since we are now officially on the road to Multivania for Friday Night Flashbang. All roads go back to the biggest event of the year. And we kick it off with Aurelian Starhand, leader of the Rebel Star. Coming in seconds, we have the Cyber Controller of the Cyberbots. Coming in third, representing Vaporwave, we have, hey, it's Agualong. Coming in fourth and final, we have the Nightmare Xerxes of Doom. Coming to the ring with a replica trios title. Zach Weaver was making a killing that day, I believe. Man, Zarek is just carrying the Cyber Control. That's got to be about, at minimum, 400 pounds right there. I don't know what all Cyber Controller's made out of, but he big. Agualung just laying down some strikes. Feels like Starhand's trying to get. Ooh. Trying to shove away Aqualung, and Aqualung taking it right to Cyber Controller. Cyber Controller is not having any of that. So, out of the four of these, Faye, who did you have in this match?
I've always been interested in the cyberbots, and in regards to themselves advancing. Ever since they got on Talos Sid, it very much seems like they've been working towards some sort of goal, perhaps in preparation, or just, generally it looks like they're working on something. And with the emergence of the tag trios contention so soon, it now makes me wonder if all their preparations were in anticipation of those belts opening up. Because there's certainly room for them to both grow and improve, and or recalibrate, as I'm sure the Cyber Controller may put it in his own words, much better.
And now Zerkis looking to drop the leg. It could be time for the guillotine stomp by Aqualung. And beheads Starhand.
Although it does, it's not too hard to notice that, well, with everything going on, and Doom no longer holding those Tag Trios belts, Zerkis is as free as Mad Jack, and, oh, names escape me for the moment.
Michael Macabre.
Michael Macabre, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. Also, apologies about that, ladies and gentlemen. I thought I turned that on to vibrate.
You're alright. But yeah, no, the Doom is free to do whatever they want. Maybe that means going after a certain belt. Maybe that just means throwing themselves into whatever division they want, just to wreak havoc. I'm not looking too much forward to it, because we already have enough problems on Flashbang, as it were. But, I mean, in its own way, it'll all sort itself out in the ring, I suppose.
Yeah, most definitely. Like, these types of things seem to figure themselves out in the long run, but it's still not. It's still very chaotic. It looks like Zerkis was trying to do some nice springboard action there. And here we see Cyber Controller and Aurelian Starhand just taking it to each other. Ooh, just backbreaker after backbreaker. I thought he was going to do like a follow-away slam or something, just yeeting him across the ring.
And now,
going for the pump handle. Control, Alt, delete onto the leader of the Rebel Star. Going for that cover. Aqualung looks like he's back up, and he breaks up the pin at 1. Looks like we have the CG Ghost calling a prank war from Doom. That is very interesting. We're going to be hearing from Mad Jack later on in the night, actually. And here we have Aqualung just once again bringing down the strikes. And looks like we got Zerkis setting up for the Nightmare Fever Dream. Same setup, different execution. Going for that cover, and then Aqualung breaking it up. I don't know why I'm misplacing names. I'm having a day apparently. And it looks like Aqualung brought out some brass knuckles, but Cyber Controller took control of that situation, much like he is in the ring. Fall away slam onto Starhand. See, there it is.
And now looking maybe for the gut wrenches.
Although, I'm not going to lie, the Interdimensional Championship is a championship that has the title holder defend from extra-dimensional threats. When I see each of these individuals, I'm seeing varying results of what they could do. And here is your winner, ladies and gentlemen, of the Cyberbots, Cyber Controller. Like, just think about, like, Cyber Controller here. If he were to win the Interdimensional title off of Brawl Kaiser, what kind of a champion, what kind of a defender would he be? Because very early on, he has wanted to establish dominance in Flashbang, and with the interdimensional title, he could definitely, I mean, hold true to that, especially with the other two Cyberbots in his corner, Cool J Kyo and Talos Sid. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, coming up next, we said Mad Jack was going to be giving some words of his own, and we are going to go right on into it. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Pumpkin King himself, Mad Jack.
I've thought long and hard about what I was going to say when I came out here. So many possibilities. Oh, I could talk about all of my number of grievances that I have. I could talk about how frustrated Doom is. I could talk about what an amazing win it was for AAA. Oh, the choice. And I decided that I would congratulate AAA because at the end of the day, they pulled a great prank. I mean, a roll-up to beat me when I went for a chicken wing. El Pollo. It was a maneuver after my own heart. I couldn't have done it better if you trolled me myself. So congratulations to all three of you. The problem is, the Multiverse is in trouble. You see, we had a year-long title reign with the Trios belts. We established them as one of the most prestigious titles in this company. And now we are free to do anything that we want. We don't need a rematch for the belts. It's on to new ventures. Oh, like, I don't know, say those Branley 1 tag team titles. Oh, or as Zericus just proved, there's the interdimensional title. And oh, don't think I forgot about you, Vicky Chan. That's right, the world title is in play for Doom. So the question is not what to do, but what not to do. The tag titles, the world title, why not get all the belts? You know, that thing that you do when you want to establish dominance. Don't just take one, take them all. So AAA, enjoy your trios titles until we get bored of winning everything else, and then we'll come back for you. Because Doom has truly been unleashed, and the commandment has never been more true. Thou cannot avoid Doom.
So, ladies and gentlemen, Mad Jack telling the entire Flashbang roster that now that they're, I guess, free of the trios titles, that they're gonna go for more. Like, they're just gonna go for more gold. I mean, imagine Mad Jack versus Victor Vicious. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. That actually kind of the way that's playing out in my head right now, I kind of want that. Or, I mean, how about, like, Macabre and Zericus going for the tag titles? I mean, the opportunities that they would have are endless. So, yeah, Faye, what are some of your thoughts about everything?
I mean, I'm always just interested in, chaotic as they may be. I would like to see more of Doom. Unabashedly. I would like to see more of them, and I want to see more of what they can do, especially since people were, wanting to see if, Zericus and, Mad Jack had other forms that they were going to throw out onto AAA, so who's to say? There's a certain kind of beauty in a bit of chaos. Just, you need things to be mixed up now and then. It can't just be, you know, too scripted, too planned out, because that's boring. And Doom would like to be anything but boring, right? After all.
Yeah. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, we have another match. We heard it earlier on in the night, and I gotta close this window apparently because people keep driving by. Anyway, professionalism is gone, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, I'm trying to have a little bit of fun with this. Coming up next, we have Hey, Mr. Rabbit and Lionel Matrix, the Grand Equation, going up against the bad CG Ghost and PM Ghost, Spectre, Sonata. Very spooky, very evil. And here we go, CG and Lionel kind of going at it. And, I mean, the Grand Equation and Spectre Sonata don't really have the... Well, Spectre Sonata doesn't really have the best track record when it comes to the Grand Equation. I believe they faced 3 times, and all 3 times the Grand Equation has came up the victors, even though the last, like, every single time, friggin' Spectre Sonata just puts their heart out and just... They always get so close, like, it's just like a millisecond away. And the next thing you know, it just doesn't come to be. Honestly speaking, I'm pulling for Spectre Sonata in this match. Also, if you excuse me, I gotta go fix something.
Mr. Rabbit, the practitioner of that Hellrise armbar submission. And a big big clothesline, but Rabbit stays on his feet. Rabbit picking up a big win over Crimson Phoenix on Easter Sunday in that open challenge.
Hey, do I hear you coming back?
Yep, I am back. I had to go close that window towards the outside. I figured getting some fresh air in here would have helped me for prep. But no, the cars keep driving by down the street, and with their loud-ass engines. Apologies, ladies and gentlemen, for the background noise. And then, I'm sorry, what?
You're alright. You're alright. But tuning back into things, yes, it's good to see from the Grand Equation, as Leonel spoke of earlier. And we have PM Ghost and the bad CG Ghost, just making a good old show of themselves. CG Ghost, I've noticed, especially with that vacation, supposedly that the Soul Train took, it seems like they're in higher spirits, or at least I've been noticing that CG Ghost has been rather vocal and he's just been generally having a bit of fun. Again, it seems like with the belts having all traded in regards to both tag divisions, the doubles and the triples, it seems like the teams are all just trying to better refine their teamwork. And it's good to finally have a very clear direction of where to go for, because it is very much open season up until we finally get a decision from the brass in regards to how contention will be decided.
I'm also going to let that higher spirits pun fly. I'm just going to let that one go. And,
dang it.
Yeah. I'm surprised you didn't see that coming. The pun expert has one went right under their nose. Anyway. God damn it, CG. On Twitter, not much of a wordsmith. He's more of a ghostwriter. Anyway, CG Ghost laid out Rabbit and has Matrix on the ropes. I love to see this kind of fire from CG, honestly speaking. He's a hell of a competitor. And he doesn't get, like, matches like this just prove what kind, like, how good he is.
To the corner again. Nobody home. Look out here. Oh, the Bulldog reversal.
Ooh, reversing with a Bulldog there. Cutting off Matrix from making the tag. CG and PM are another team that I would love to see in contention. I mean, I'm sure they would love to go for the trios titles with their teammate TK, but I still would love to see some form of gold around either single one of their waists. Oh, that was 2.9. There it is again. That's so close, but just, guys, swear to God, I don't know what Matrix is made out of. What the hell is Nortia putting in this guy? Seriously, I just want to know. Goddamn buck. Tying him up in this little arm trap submission, just rushing back on CG's shoulders. Oh, he's going for it again. CG being forced to look at PM, and he just does not say die. Look, tying up in the Heavens Lock. Is CG gonna tap out to this after having his shoulders worn down? And unfortunately, the CG Ghost taps. So, ladies and gentlemen, your winners are the Grand Equation, Lionel Matrix, and Hey, Mr. Rabbit. And here we have PM and CG trying to get out of the ring. And Matrix just kicks him out just for good measure, apparently. Not needed. There is such a thing as a poor winner there, Matrix, but, you know, you're still relatively new. So, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that was that match. And up next, I mean, personally speaking, I would love to see Spectre Sonata go up against somebody else to kind of reclaim their any kind of momentum that they've had, because like they just keep going up against the Grand Equation, and honestly speaking, the Grand Equation kind of needs to stop beating a dead horse at this point, because this is the 4th match that they've had in a row. Like,
or a CG horse, as you would.
I'm sorry.
Or a CG horse, as you would, yeah, in this case.
Unfortunately speaking, yeah, because honestly, if you want to prove yourself as a dominant tag team, you have to face other teams, in my own personal opinion. And you just can't say I'm the best and then go up against the exact same team day in and every single week. Like, AAA had already gotten their chance when Doom was facing them for, a month straight? It was about a month, right? I can't remember.
I would say so.
Until then, ladies and gentlemen, we have the Flashbang promo of the week, coming from someone we haven't really heard too much of. So, ladies and gentlemen, here is the Citra King. Or not, apparently. Hold up. Yep, I clicked the wrong effing source. Okay. The Citra King.
Hello, Flashbang. It's been a while, isn't it? I am sure you all have questions, and trust me, I intend to address them all in time, but before I can get to that, I have some more pressing matters on my hands. And by pressing matters, I mean you.
Here comes the rotten fruit!
What a real piece of work.
Why is Citric on Flashbang in the first place?
Yeah, you half-assed, tasteless bargain bin knockoff, who thought parading around wearing my face was a smart idea. Whoever you are, it is one thing to use my name for your shenanigans, but to do such a piss-poor job at it, something I simply cannot allow. Or did you think I would simply stand idly by as you put on this childish show week after week, making a mockery out of my name? Seriously, what is this? Running your mouth every show only to get your ass whipped over and over.
Oh, the moonsault! Oh, he's got him up! Citric Death Storm! Starter! Buster! Will this be third time's a charm?
Throwing tantrum after tantrum.
So if I want to come out here and hit your referee in the face, I'm gonna do it!
Just being the saddest little annoyance in this entire time slot. And worst of all, dropping random Spanish words in the middle of sentences.
Hago lo que quiero. I do what I want, good sir.
Honestly, who does that? Well, here it is some actual Spanish for you. Mira el calendario, imbécil fuera de temporada. llegó tu fecha de expiración. Want to out-troll me? Well, as my friend Bernard says, poke around and find out.
Okay, hold on, timeout, excuse you. First of all, you're gonna come to my show, the show that I put on the map when I won the interdimensional title, and you're gonna call me the phony? First of all, I wouldn't have lost in the chamber if you didn't bring your wannabe behind out here in the first place, Citric Fake. Second of all, I am the most dominant professional wrestler MNW has ever seen. I'm a 6-time tag team champion, an interdimensional champion, and you know what? I'm gonna be a world champion one of these days. You, Citric Fake, have never done any of those things. And third of all, there is nothing wrong with my Spanish. I didn't realize that we were a bunch of judgmental douches on this show. La concha de tu madre, motherfucker, I will say and do whatever I want, whenever I please, in whatever language I decide is most apt for that particular Sorry, I'm not normally in the habit of coming out here and interrupting people, but I'm gonna tell you, I'm really frustrated with you. Like, I'm just being honest. My counselor said I needed to come out here and be honest and speak my truth. Citric, you are a rotten orange, and you shouldn't be here. You lost. Regardless of how it happened, you lost. Yeah, and considering you're the honorable Sentai hero, although recently you've looked more like there's an H in front of it because that's where you belong, is on some B show, not in the ring with a future first ballot Wrestling Hall of Famer. I want a rematch. Okay, first of all, I don't even know what hentai is. Second of all, no rematches. No, you don't get to do this. You don't get to come out here and pretend to be Citric and then lose your match and then demand a rematch when you're not even the real Citric. You know what? I don't appreciate being told that I'm not just because I put on a mask and I'm changing things up, just because I'm reinventing myself, you're gonna come out here and say I'm not the real one? That is messed up. The Citric Fake is on the screen. He doesn't even have the balls to be here. You know what? I got something that can solve this whole issue, Citric. You want to fight me? The brass doesn't like when people make matches, but you know what, Mr. Lawson? You've been a jerk anyway, so I don't care anymore. 6-man tag. How about this, Citric? You and me on opposite ends on opposite teams. You know, I don't know what the main event was supposed to be, but it's going to be a lot better with me in it. I accept, but I'll tell you what, Brawl. If I win, whoever my partners are, if I win, you have to give me an interdimensional championship shot. No questions asked. One-on-one, no excuses. You're on, because you're going to lose. And you want to know what? I talked to the brass. Yeah, the actual brass. I didn't talk to the brass. I'm just hoping that they're listening. But anyway, I think they should put you and the cartel, Victor Vicious, that guy who won't stop making fun of me, and his goon Hutch, or you can knit whoever. It doesn't matter. You, all of you, in the ring with me. Oh, cabron, you're an idiot. Oh, my goodness. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding? Really? You want the world champ and the Citric Cane? What? Do you have a death wish, Brawl? Are you just dumb? No, I'm not dumb. I believe in the heart of the cards. I don't have any idea what that has to do with anything we're talking about, but I know it's going to lead me to victory, and I know that my tag partners are going to get the job done. It's why I'm not worried about giving you a title shot that you're not going to earn. But even if you do somehow manage to orange your way into this mess, I'm still going to juice you. Oh, and a chop. Bro with a chop. And a back body drop. And Citric is running for the hills. Big claw.
I just gotta say one thing real quick. I'm just gonna commemorate Brawl Kaiser for standing up for himself for a change. I'm just like, seriously, I am proud of that. I'm very proud of him.
No, absolutely. It was so just what's the word for it?
It was good,
vindicating.
Stuff. Yeah, vindication.
It was just,
exactly.
Yeah, it was just. It's been a long time coming, and this. Brawl has been so stressed out, and from the moment he saw the Citric Cane come out, he didn't trust him with his gut, and that in itself is just like a terrible, just like an anxious, like an anxiety-inducing sort of just like tension right there, and the fact that for whatever reason, Lawson and the Brass keep putting Brawl up against the Citric Cane and just commenting on how, oh, if he gets that belt, you're going to Warzone. It's
like he has.
People have been talking about it. It's just so much, you know.
Yeah, like his boiling point has definitely reached at this point, like at this current moment, because like Lawson's been putting pressure on him. This Citric Cane has been putting pressure on him. Hell, so many individuals, Grim Reaper and Simon the Psycho, have been putting pressure on him for their own title shots. And honestly speaking, he's fed up. And I don't blame him. I'd be upset myself. I'd want to lash out too. But he's doing it in a constructive way and actually saying, hey, if you want me, let's take the main event. And if Team Citric Cane wins, Citric Cane gets another title shot. Whether that's going to be for Multivania or for later on down the road before the show, before the pay-per-view even starts. Until then, we still have a few more segments to go through. Coming up.
Oh, absolutely.
Coming up next is a match that I actually was very surprised of when I saw them came out. We have representing the Troll Train, the Amazon Taigiri, going up against the Queen of Apex herself, Mizuki Napier. And out the gate trying to go for a bicycle kick, but Mizuki counters immediately, but that big blue Thez press. Both of these ladies are coming out the gate looking strong. Oh my god. Also, before I had a chance to say, no one tell Brawl what hentai is. Nobody. This is a threat. Anywho, back to the match. I mean, Taigiri coming with one win to her name with the Troll Train Challenge. Mizuki Napier, I believe her last match was actually against Victor Vicious. I was very surprised seeing this match come up, honestly speaking. I mean, these two have gone to this well more times than I can count. Well, that I can count on one hand. Oh god, and here we see Mizuki introducing Taigiri to the turnbuckle about 10 times. And it looks like she's going for a sharpshooter. Is Taigiri going to tap? Taigiri looking in pretty decent spirits after her and Johan's trip to their little vacation. Which, I mean, I know Faye mentioned earlier, but yeah, the entirety of the Soul Train was actually at the exact same park at the exact same time. What are the odds of that? That's nutty. Anyway, Mizuki styling on the Amazon, the Apex. I guess you could say the current Apex Predator. I don't know, the Queen definitely is fitting, and Nero is the king. Ooh, a half Nelson face buster right on the Taigiri's nose. Ugh. That is a rough. Yeah. I'm so sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's like it's something I noticed, especially when Mizuki challenged Victor Vicious for the world heavyweight title. She came out in that just broadly fitting dress, and it reminded me, especially with the collar, of just like a very, very colorful, very large serpent. And in most cases, with serpents, some species, the female is actually bigger or stronger otherwise than the male.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I think, especially because look, I think the closest comparison that the Napiers have are to Komodo dragons. Everyone keeps calling
And
them
I
snakes.
would certainly compare them actually to a Komodo dragon.
Yeah, well, with a few exceptions because, you know, Mizuki and Nira have hair. Oh, big bicycle kick onto the queen. Going for that cover. Kicking out at one. Jesus. My God, Mizuki's made out of some tough stuff. Setting up into the corner. The prayer to Athena and dodged out of the super kick into the ropes. And introducing Mizuki to the knees of the Amazon. Okay, I do gotta ask this question. You mentioned about fighting in heels. How rough do you think fighting barefoot is?
Probably substantially, but then again, like, I think most... Isn't it true that, like, most humans, we're just used to that? Like, over time, it's just we evolved it, and, we've made better technology to not really need to run around on our bare feet.
I mean, it's very true, but, like, especially with Taigiri, who is more kick-based. Oh, here we go. Oh, God. Knee drop. Especially, like, Taigiri, who is kick-based. You figured that her toes would break at least a couple of times. And the coil right onto the Amazon, tying her up. Will she tap? To this day, I don't think Taigiri has tapped out to anybody in the entirety of the multiverse. I have not seen this lady tap once.
Yeah, no, I'm more concerned that in this, especially in this sort of arrangement up against Mizuki Napier, Taigiri would probably sooner be knocked out than tapped. Like in most cases, I would think.
Titan of Boa. We might be dealing with that kind of condition as we speak. 1, 2, 3. So not only is Johan and Tiki back to 0, but so is Taigiri. And your winner, the queen herself, Mizuki Napier. Oh man, Apex standing strong this night. Blight winning the showcase. And Mizuki winning her match in the night. Like I said earlier, Apex is looking good. But, ladies and gentlemen, we have one more thing before the main event. We go down to the ring to hear from the Mandalorian, Hutch Kale.
So it looks like once again somebody's putting a target on our back. Bro, I had respect for you after our match. I appreciated the one-on-ones that we had. I appreciated essentially going to war with you. And from one honorable warrior to another. Good match. That being said, your little request here tonight. With all due respect, Vic, I decline. You want the cartel, you can have Nitzig. But I'm done. I'm done with this game. I'm done with the distractions. It's time to focus on the only thing that's mattered. The only thing that's been in my head for the last nearly 1 full calendar year. Kuso! I didn't interfere in your match out of respect. More respect than you ever gave me. The belts are gone. The games are over. You have 1 week to meet me in this ring. No cartel, no madness. You and me. Kales. Face to face. If you have any honor left, you'll be here. I've waited patiently. I could have gotten involved and kicked your face in and made sure you lost the belts. But I knew that the honorable thing to do was to let you drop those belts to whoever it was that beat you and then deal with you. But the time is now. And I know you think it's real cute to pal around with the madness. I know he thinks it's real cute to poke fun at me and to take you on trips. But if you don't show up in this ring, then you have shown me that honor means nothing to you, and he becomes the next target I acquire. Either show up, or the madness gets it! Oh!
Hutch trying to get his wife back into the ring so they can settle this dispute. And he's, I don't know if this is like him leaving if this is pointing towards him leaving the cartel, or he's taking a hiatus from the cartel to deal with his family issues. Either way, we might see the Mandalorians fight each other this coming Friday on Flashbang. And I'm not going to lie, I'm kind of looking forward to that.
No, absolutely. It's going to be a certain, it's going to be a sight to see. Hutch has been he's been needing to know what's going on, with Kuso, and why she teamed up with Brawl, and just everything in regards to, what's going on, because, that already would put a normal, on most relationships that would already put a strain, but especially in a culture as theirs, I can only imagine how that might take an effect, at least on both parties. And she hasn't given him an answer. Like, they haven't spoken on what's going on, which I find very interesting. So I do honestly hope that Hutch gets some answers, at least, or some form of closure in that regard, because it's been, what, a year or more now?
Yeah, it's been a year since Kuso revealed herself being hiding, disguised as the Mad Jester Fool, despite what CG will make. Well, sorry, despite what the bad CG ghost will tell you, no, that was actually Kuso the entire time. CG, I know you're here still. Anyway, so yeah, train of thought, actually, I lost it. So hopefully next week we will see Madness take on, well, not Madness, hopefully we will see Kuso take on her husband Hutch. But something tells me that regardless of if he faces them or not, they have pretty much already said what they were doing. They're there just to get a bounty on Victor. But maybe Hutch knows something that we all don't. Anyway, but ladies and gentlemen, coming up next, it is time for the main event. We have Team Brawlkaiser versus Team Citra Kang. We already know that the cartel of Victor Vicious and Nitzig Gunk Gobla are going to be in the Citra Kang's corner. And here he is, the suspicious orange, teamed up with the World Heavyweight Champion Victor Vicious and Nitzig Gunk Gobla. And on Team Brawl, we have Spike, one half of the Bone Warriors. Coming up next, representing Apex, Zephyr Tail. I guess the War Boss is Zephyr Tail. And then coming in last, we have the Interdimensional Champion, the Good Boy, the Sentai Hero, your Interdimensional Champion, Brawlkaiser. And Tornado Tag rules, and it is popping off. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, as much as I would like to see like an actual one-on-one match between Citra Kang and Brawlkaiser, I kind of want to see Brawlkaiser. I kind of want to see other individuals who would like to go for Brawl's title. I mean, hell, Cyber Controller could prove to be a worthy adversary for the best boy, or hell, even fucking Nitzig over here could be good. Although actually no, we've already had that match. Never mind. Ignore me.
Oh, just what a setup. I find it, actually, admittedly though, it's a bit suspicious how Lawson's been making a big deal about, oh, don't make your own matches, but now suddenly this gets scheduled like almost last minute, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
it's a little worrisome, and I don't want to know what Lawson has in store for Brawl Kaiser going forward. But
yeah,
yeah,
it's the only danger is here is that Orange has been really getting under Brawl Kaiser's skin, and I think it's taken, as we saw earlier, it's gone to the point to where, yes, he's assertive and he's standing up for himself, but he's also, you could also argue it's almost like a bit quick-tempered, if you would, and that's a very, very dangerous thing in regards to wrestling, because your career is also not just making sure you're physically like supreme and superior to your competition, but just mentally that you're all together, and that you have strategy, and you generally just have a complete ring awareness of everything going on and your surroundings as well. Because Brawl's also been jumped in the past, and I can't help but wonder, with if this Citric Kane, because he's as far as we know, he's not the real Citric. Then that means this, if this is possibly the shapeshifter in the ring, and he's been gunning for Brawl, the interdimensional title, for a long while, I can't help but wonder if just pushing him to put it up on the line eventually is also part of his plan, just to stress him out and just wear him down both physically and mentally in regards to the interdimensional title picture. And that is a very calculated and cruel thing to do to someone like Brawl. And I don't know, maybe someone else who's been watching for longer can point to someone who would do that to a competitor, because it's just torture at this point.
yeah, it's like you were saying. Mental games are kind of half the battle. Is before, like, if you can beat your opponent before the bell even rings, that's pretty much everything. I mean, if Citric Kane's goal is to take down Brawl mentally speaking, then he would definitely have that title back around his waist by now. But Brawl's proving to be a bit more. He seems to like develop a thicker skin, and I'm not gonna lie, I am here for it. Assertive Brawl
Oh
is kind
no,
of what I need
absolutely. Yeah. No, I would absolutely agree. I believe he actually made a comment about it in calling out Lawson. I believe around the time of the breakdown, he mentioned how essentially, like, it doesn't matter like how much Lawson hates him and just tries to put everything up against him. What matters is the fans, because they're at least here for him. It's the fans that he cares about in with respects to the title. He wouldn't have gone out there to defend that title up against 7 strangers from different universes if, this one wasn't online. He is a good person, like, down to his very core, and it takes like a lot of discipline to be able to put yourself in a situation where up against 7 strangers you still pull off that victory, because the multiverse is at stake. And personally speaking, like a lesser, more nefarious person wouldn't put themselves at stake in that position, which is very dangerous also for the multiverse. If you're not going to defend it because it puts yourself at risk, then why have the title at all?
I couldn't have said it better myself. That was very well done.
It very much falls into the line of like Sentai. It's like, the responsibility. You want the you can want the prestige of the belt, but that one comes with actual goals. Like, say Citric Kane were to, win it tomorrow or whatever. But
Well, that possibility might be happening soon, because, ladies and gentlemen, 1, 2, 3, your winners: Nitzik Gunk Gobbler, the World Heavyweight Champion Victor Vicious, and the new #1 contender, the Citric Kane. And we will be having that match soon, I hope, because hopefully that's the last one, because oh boy, I think this is gonna be Brawl's biggest test as a champion. But
I do hope the identity, however, to whoever that is revealed sooner than later, because it's absolutely ridiculous. Like, for all we know, this could be a complete stranger. Like, we suspect that it's someone either from Flashbang or Warzone, and APS has been narrowing it down very slowly, but they keep running into obstacles, and I'm worried that time is running out.
yeah, and with Multiverse coming just around the corner, I mean, hopefully we figure out who the shapeshifter is soon, because, like, granted, I have my own theories, and I know social media has been blowing up with theories of their own. Seriously, it's actually kind of it's amazing. Like, I actually am genuinely impressed how many freaking, like, cyber sleuths that we actually have. Like, everyone, like, is, like, pulling the evidence together and helping out APS. I mean, I think they're doing, like, most of the legwork for APS as well, with the exception of, like, interviewing everybody. Seriously.
Oh, no, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, the closest thing we have on Warzone is the issue of the magical tables. Which that's not really anything really. Like, people on the internet aren't gonna go like, oh, hey, who's behind the tables? You know, it's just kind of just a fun thing. Oh God, I really do hope they're not mimics, though. I'd hate that. But yeah, shapeshifter. I'd like some answers, as would everybody else on the rosters. People, like, even some of the competitors have been getting fed up with it.
Just, when it comes to mimics, just do what I do, and just tap things with your umbrella. If they shift around, run. I mean, why else do you think I carry this umbrella with me at all times? I'm not prepping for rain. It's just I am very serious. That shit has gotten me paranoid because of these magic tables. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that is the main event, and we have one more thing to show for you for Flashbang side of things, and that is the Flashbang moment of the week.
Bunch of judgmental douches on this show. La concha de tu madre, motherfucker, I will say and do whatever I want, whenever I please, in whatever language I decide is most apt for that particular Well, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like the good boy has had enough. Sorry, I'm not normally in the habit of, like, coming out here and interrupting people, but I'm going to tell you, I'm really frustrated with you. Like, I'm just being honest. My counselor said I needed to come out here and be honest and speak my truth. Citric, you are a rotten orange, and you shouldn't be here. You lost. Regardless of how it happened, you lost. Yeah, and considering you're the honorable Sentai hero, although recently you've looked more like there's an H in front of it because that's where you belong, is on some B show, not in the ring with a future first ballot Wrestling Hall of Famer. I want a rematch. Okay, first of all, I don't even know what hentai is. Second of all, no rematches. No, you don't get to do this. You don't get to come out here and pretend to be Citric and then lose your match and then demand a rematch when you're not even the real Citric.
Brawl Kaiser standing up for himself against this alleged imposter Citra King is your moments of the week. And I mean, we mentioned it earlier. He's finally standing up for himself, and it's so good. It's such good shit, ladies and gentlemen. But then again, ladies and gentlemen, that is Friday Night Flashbang. You can go ahead and check out Friday Night Flashbang tomorrow at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on twitch.tv/Edward Bosco for more and for more follow-ups. So yeah, that is Flashbang, ladies and gents. Coming up next, we have a big interview for you. We have the call out with Travis. Take it away.
Hello there, my name is Travis and welcome back to the call out. Tonight, we're going to hear the thunder crack and boom as we have one of Flashbang's top wrestlers. Tonight, we have Johan. Good evening, Johan. How you doing?
Greetings and salutations, Travis, and everybody in the Firing Line audience as well.
So what is the goal of the Troll Train? What do you want the Troll Train to accomplish in Flashbang?
Our goals are just about the same as every other team, faction, and just singles competitor in MNW. We want gold. We want glory. We want something that proves that our existence here on Flashbang wasn't for naught.
That's good to hear. Any thoughts on the world title scene after your 5 wins in a row stipulation?
Personally, I have no opinions on the world title scene at this current moment. All I know is, when I win my 5 in a row, I'm going straight for the world title. And honestly speaking, I do hope Victor's still champion at Multiverse, because how sweet is it going to be when I rip the title away from him my way?
Impressive. Anyone on the Warzone roster you want to pick a fight with? I've heard your legends before, but I'm curious. Who on the Warzone do you want to square off with?
Warzone. First to come to my mind is Gorm. I still have unfinished business with that smug asshole. I don't care how subservient he is to the bloodline. All I know is I want to beat his ass once more. Now, there's others. I mean, the hardcore title scene has caught my interest as of late, and personally speaking, I want to fight every single one of them, especially that one guy, the one who claims to be the legend Beowulf. Sum Alex Tollat ar Shuskare Arak Latas Vara in Saga.
Do you have a preferred match type, like singles, tornado, tag team, hardcore?
My preferred match type is when the bell rings. I don't care where I am. Singles competition, no disqualification, in a cell, on a ladder. I don't care. I just want to go in there and prove to everyone why my name is earned. Why I am the Son of Thunder.
Is there anything you'd like to say to the Firing Line audience before we wind down the call out?
Never underestimate the train. Tiki, the troll, Tigiri, and Johan Mjoln. We are in it to win it. We are here to prove ourselves. When the Kales are done with their BS, come to us and we'll give you a proper match. And Victor Vicious, I'll be waiting for you at Multiverse. Mark my words.
You know, I wonder what kind of music Johan likes. Seems like a bit of a metal kind of guy, but who knows, maybe he's into Ragnarok. And if you want to see Johan Mjol, tune in on Friday nights for Friday Night Flashbang. My name is Travis, and thank you from the Call Out.
Thank you, Travis, and I hated that pun. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that is the call out, and we also give a thanks to Johan Mjoln as well. I mean, he, that's a lot, that's a big ass there, Johan. I hope you got this, I hope you can back that up, buddy. Okay, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to go straight into Warzone, and, well, we're going to go ahead and get started with an MNW staple once more. The showcase match.
There will be now.
Starting up, we have the Demon Shark Man himself, Karkaradon, Coming up next, the Constant Nightmare Constantinople, representing the Burning Lounge. Representing JIF, we have Istanbul. Coming in fourth, we have One Chance. That's all he's looking for, ladies and gentlemen. Coming up next, we have Laid Harold. Hashtag get laid. Coming in next, we have Louis McDonald representing Legion. And then coming in seventh, we have the Highlander himself, Mick Morgan. And coming in last, we have Chasley representing the Murder Cave. And my God, this was an all-out brawl at the beginning of it. I know I say that every time, but it always amazes me how quickly it goes from 0 to chaotic in the span of seconds.
Oh no, absolutely. Bodies flying everywhere. This was a very I was glad to see some of these familiar faces back in the ring. Just again, just to mix things up a little bit. I didn't have any particular favorites, although that said, oh boy, did the crowd really, they really wanted to see both Louis and Chaz get kicked into the face quite a bit.
Yeah, both for obvious reasons. I mean, Louis McDonald, the known, the man's nickname is Traitoro for a reason. He's known to just betray everybody that he's ever associated with. How him and Earl King have become associated with each other this long is kind of crazy to me. Then again, it's still that prevailing theory that Robbie and I used to have of they know they're about to stab each other in the back. They're just waiting to see the knife.
Absolutely. Speaking of worrying about knives, especially more cloak and dagger stuff, commentary was receiving a few messages from Mr. Victor Grimm throughout everything going on in reference to Lucius Constantine and his whereabouts.
Listen, all I will say is I don't know if that's an intimidation tactic from Grimm or if that's like an actual fact. Either way, I just hope that Lucius Constantine is just chilling in wrestling hell. That's it.
Oh, yeah. And as we can see, people are very happy to try to send Louis McDonald there as well. Well, he's especially going up against Laid Harold, one of the most beloved wrestlers on the Warzone roster.
Oh God, the most hated member of the roster going up against the
most loved. Yes, absolutely.
Like,
talk about a charged crowd.
My God, that's like that has got to be like the best examples of
polar opposite.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's be the best example of that fact. God, like, you have a definite person that people are going to cheer for, and then a most definite person that people are going to want to see get his ass kicked. But I still don't doubt that match, like, if they ever go into a singles contest, that match would be like 3-4 stars tops.
No.
Well, not tops,
absolutely.
But like 3-4 stars minimum.
Oh yeah, no, I would agree. And speaking of being very hated, Chaz Lee having actually been eliminated before Final Four. As we can see that he's made his way out to the left, and followed by McMorgan, unfortunately. It was great to see him back in the ring. Just made a wonderful showing at his hardcore match. I just love to see more hardcore matches with McMorgan. I don't care if it's for a belt or anything. I just want to see more hardcore Highlander. I mean, come on.
No, I don't blame you. I mean, the guy brings 110% ever since his first match with Louis McDonald. Hell, half the reason why he goes for the fight. Speaking of which, Louis McDonald got eliminated. I mean, half the reason why he's so, like, McMorgan is so adamant on bringing the hardest hitting competition that he can bring is because of Louis McDonald's absolute desolation of him. He has vowed to bring it if not 10 times more, if not 10 times, 100 times more than what Louis brought to him on that night, and it has proven he has proven himself in more times than none, you know.
Oh, absolutely. I believe McMorgan actually made a comment in regards to Louis McDonald in the past couple of weeks, with respect to him getting what's his in due time. And I certainly believe it. And I mean, McMorgan kind of wins either way. I believe I recall him stating to Dagrick before their hardcore match, in regards to dying gloriously to join their ancestors. It's very much a sort of like, even if you killed me, I'll still die with honor sort of scenario.
Yeah, my ancestors are smiling upon me. Can yours say the same kind of deal?
No, absolutely.
We have late Hyrule taking out Karkaradon, second elimination of the night, and now we're down to 3. Istanbul and Constantinople, and late Hyrule.
Oh, absolutely. Just punching Constantine out of Istanbul's grip. Just a powerful strike.
Ooh, big choke bomb and headbutt onto the Daredevil. My God, that is a thick skull, ladies and gentlemen. I can guarantee you that one. I was part of the freaking talent. I wasn't a part of the talent scouting, but someone told me about I saw his tryout match, and yeesh. That's all I got to say. And then we have Constantinople going for a bear hug and just belly-to-belly suplexing Hyrule there. Hyrule coming off of his win in the previous week. I want to say it was against Constantinople. Give me one moment, ladies and gentlemen, just before I can look that up. Don't have it. Well. Ooh. And then, oh yeah, for those who don't know, Constantinople and Istanbul, yes, they were actually part of a tag team called the Turkish Delights. And Constantinople kind of turned his back on his old tag partner, Istanbul. I said Istanbul twice, didn't I? Constantinople. Man. And it looks like Constantinople was going in for a very athletic-looking pin, and 1, 2, 3. Late Hyrule has been eliminated, and now the Turkish Delights are the final 2. But yeah, Constantinople turned his back on Istanbul and went through some sort of warp storm to get some sort of rat ogre powers. I think that's what he is now. I don't know. The warp is kind of a weird and funky place that I do not even begin to try to learn about, because I don't want my brain to melt. It's nutty in there, ladies and gents. Let's just say that. And just the choke bomb onto Constantinople from the outside, going in for that cover. 1, 2, 3. Istanbul gets the win over Constantinople and is your winner of this showcase. The proud mustachioed man, the Turkish oil wrestler, has brought home a win for Jeff. And, oh man, Seth Jackson has got to be loving this right now. Istanbul.
Oh, absolutely. Do you think they share hair care tips? Seth Jackson also has his own proud mustache right now.
Mustache. Actually, now that you say that, he didn't start growing the mustache until after he was hanging out with Istanbul.
Yeah, and so it formed JF properly.
Yeah, I think that's like a team unity thing, of like, oh, like, hang on,
mustaches.
Hang on, my Seth Jackson impersonation is horrible. Hang on. What? You got a mustache? I should get one too, or something like that.
They'll be matching.
We can match. It's fine.
Yeah. I'm sure Istanbul can give very proper hair care tips and whatnot. That's a very important part of the face to make sure it's very groomed. I don't know. I know beard oil is a thing.
Yes, yes, it is.
Maybe mustache. Maybe does that work on mustaches too? Probably.
Yes, it does. I use it to take care of mine,
Yeah, 'cause it's
even though
like
I keep mine relatively short. It actually does beard trim, facial hair grooming tips. So the beard oil, I mean, it's not just for growth; it's also for like conditioning, so it stays down the way you want it to. Because like it will, I constantly trim mine just to keep it, looking clean and professional, so that way the brass doesn't, get on my case about it. But like the oil and the gel itself actually do help with like the ingrown hairs, help with the hairs, and it doesn't itch. Like anytime like it grows, it does not itch whatsoever. So yeah, little tip for y'all. We got Mr. Butler on social media. I now know where the scraps of Wilson's hair went. I doubt Jackson glued them on his face, but you know what, Butler? That's a funny image. We will have to ask Seth Jackson at a later day. But until then, we're going to go right back down to the ring to hear from the general manager of Warzone. Ladies and gentlemen, Jerry Aldini.
Good afternoon, Multiverse. Are you enjoying the show so far? We have a great time putting it on. I gotta tell you, I love working here in MNW. I love the competition. I love the performers. I love it when booking works the way it's supposed to. Now, I'm not gonna get off on a rant on the storyteller or what happened with us last week, or not the storyteller. That was the last. I meant registered anon. Yeah, I can't. You know what? I'm letting that go. I have important announcements to give you because we have a lot of new champions. That's right. Now, we've got Sir McCheese with our Big Oof champion, but the Big Oof belt, well, folks, remember, Big Oof belts are open challenge. So at some point, somebody's going to challenge the storyteller. And of course, we already know who Zacko Duo is going to be facing, with Big Papa Plutonium being number one contender. But that leaves me with a conundrum. I need challengers for the Nexus Titan Championship, for the Tag Champions. But oh, wait, I got something else to announce. Folks, this is going to be a big one. You're going to love it. After discussion with the brass at Multivania, the current Trios champions, we assume AAA, will face a team from Warzone. So we are going to be having a Warzone Trios tournament to determine who will face for that belt. So get your teams together, folks. It's time to figure out who's going to be going and seeing if they can bring the Trios belts back to Warzone where they originated. And in the meantime, I'll be setting up another tournament to face Kane for the Nexus Titan Championship. So everyone who wants to throw your hat in the ring, let us know!
So, looks like Warzone's getting themselves a new Trios tournament themselves.
Oh, absolutely. I've been excited for this.
Oh, me too, because, like, Warzone has no shortage of amazing Trios teams. I mean, the Three Kings, High Voltage, pick anybody in the Conquest bloodline. It is fantastic.
And with the announcement, Jerry does make a good point. Nexus Titan Championship is going to have its own contention, as well as the Big Oof title.
I mean, the Big Oof title is an open challenge title, so we hopefully don't need long to wait for McCheese to get his to win, to figure out who his next opponent is. But I mean, it's going to be Flashbang versus Warzone for the Trios titles, essentially. Who gets to bring the belt back to their brand?
Yeah, absolutely. And in the past several months, I've been commenting on how certain teams are, for example, Blood Money has been training. And with an announcement like this, with the Trios tag, this might be the shot they're looking for.
I mean, also, I don't doubt that Uncle Dunk Butler and Nakano Kirishima are going to be the first ones on that list. Believe me, this is a huge opportunity, not just for them. Not just for Uncle Dunk, but for the entire faction. It would be, say they win the tournament and they beat AAA at Multivania. That would be not only Nakano, but Mr. Butler's first titles here in MNW. And that would make Uncle Dunk not only a former tag champion, not only a former Nexus Titan and Big Oof champion, I believe it was Big Oof. Please correct me on that one, social media. Anyway, but also a trios champion. The only ones that he would not have held at the would have been hardcore in the world title itself. So
Oh, absolutely. And it's certainly a way to freshen up the competition again. You could say in Flashbang, there's already been plenty of teams who've had their opportunity shots. Say the tag trio doesn't work out on here, that's certainly going to create a contender up against AAA, which would be more of a cross-show challenge, but not unheard of.
And I know for a fact there's going to be a bunch of people on Flashbang who are going to want to chomp at the bits just to get a title match on Flashbang just before Multivania starts, so they can not only walk into Multivania, but walk into Multivania as champions.
Oh, absolutely. Like we've been saying for the past several weeks, no bigger stage, no better gold, no better paycheck.
And coming up next, though, we have Papusa Monkey PI. That's loud. Papusa Monkey PI and his silent partner Enigma going up against Absolute Washington and Forrest the Fortress Wade, representing the administration, the Absolute Units. Starting off, we got, another trio that I could definitely see sign up for that tournament is the Absolute Units. Absolute Washington, TJ the Mint Gable, and Forrest the Fortress are a just tremendous team, and that I would love to see just progress higher and higher in that tournament. And so here we got Papusa squaring up against Absolute Washington, the owner and CEO of Absolute Hair Care Products. Highly recommend their beard oil, by the way. It is nice, and it's nice on the skin, and also makes it smell like lavender. And here we have Mr. Enigma with that snap hair onto Absolute Washington. And here we just working on the arms of Absolute Washington, actually. See, and that's kind of interesting because Enigma is a leg-based submission wrestler, with that reverse figure four of his. Washington just jumping up and beating the ever-living daylights out of Enigma's face.
But here's the thing about the units.
And just Absolute Washington just taking it into him too. Although I'm kind of curious that if Papusa and Enigma are going to be, if they're going to be teaming up for more, if they're going to be teaming up, they've obviously been together. But I'm thinking since they've been teaming up a lot more, that's the verbiage I wanted to use. I'm not sure if it's called Papusa. I don't even, what's their team name? Sound it off in the chat and also in the comments on YouTube. I know you're there, YouTube. Hi.
I've been told it's Mystery Inc.
No.
Between Papusa and Enigma, yeah.
That can't be it.
That's what I heard when I was walking past commentary to move some notes around in between segments. I'm pretty sure that's what I heard. Now, granted, I didn't see a blue and green van with orange flowers outside.
I was gonna say a bunch of meddling kids are gonna sue. Speaking of that leg-based submission, ladies and gentlemen, Reverse figure 4 applied onto Force the Fortress. Those tree trunk legs was too much to handle. And your winners, Mystery Inc. That feels weird to say.
Here we have a comment from Forrest Wade saying that post-tax power levels were low and very distracted by things. That is true. Forrest Wade has been very busy as of late, just in charge of the general finances of MNW in regards to the Warzone side of things. So.
Yeah, I'm sure him and his administration buddies are very hard at work trying to make sure everything is fair. I would hope that it is fair there, Forrest. Because Anon's making proclamations. Aldini's not liking them.
Oh. Well, as long as our personal information and our private information, especially on the financial aspect of things, remains very safe. Because you can say what you'd like about tactics like that. It's a very serious issue. Like financial fraud and identity theft happens so much, and that's like the last thing we need right now. It's just imagine impersonating someone just in the ring already, but now you're also impersonating them and frauding them through tax. Like that's honestly just, it makes so much of a mess, and that can just, like, that whole thing, that can just bring complete production and shows to a standstill as a result of tax. Like, we don't need the IRS, or the Canadian equivalent, I suppose, the just knocking on our door and you know shutting down our shows and all that. So I'm thankful for it personally.
Hey, Forrest, what's it like doing the finances for Cthulhu or Bareback? I'm actually very curious about that.
Oh God, how do you? Do how much of a dragon's hoard is tax deductible?
How much?
That's a good question.
How do you insure that? How do you insure a dragon?
Yeah, exactly. Okay, we're not going to answer that right now, but Forrest, if you do come up with that, that's very interesting to know. If you can figure that out, because that's like, how do you tax deductible like fantasy creatures? You know. Anyways,
I'm sure because of the Nexus we have some sort of clause, but. Speaking of the big oof title, we have coming up next, we have the Gouda Boy, Sir McCheese.
How's it going, folks? I'm so glad to be here, and I am so glad that I put in the work and the dedication and got that gold around my waist. You know, it's something that I feel I needed as a person. You know, sometimes we all just need a little bit of validation to prove to ourselves that we can be the Gouda boys and girls that I know we all can be. But you know, we can't all do it alone. I certainly know that I didn't do it alone. I did it with the help of friends. And one of those friends who I'd like to thank is, of course, the janitor. You know, can we say the other thing? I don't think we can say the other thing, but I'd like to say the other thing because that's what I call it. But anyway, the janitor, just wanted to thank him, you know, and just for, you know, helping me have such an amazing match, giving me the confidence and wherewithal to go into it, knowing 100% that I'm going to put in the work, the time and the effort to not only get in a good performance, but to win the belt, to win the gold. I got it around my waist, folks. And I am so excited that
Oh, and he's got the blindfold back on. I'm glad he looks very disturbing with that blindfold off. Ah, Sir McCheese. Sit a while and listen, for I have a story to tell. It is a story of congratulations. You beat me fair and square. It was an excellent match, and you proved the better man. You are in truth the Gouda boy, and I congratulate you.
Well, I don't know what caused you to breeze on by. Bree? The cheese? No? Okay, anyway, so why are you here, storyteller? Like, thank you for the congratulations, but, like, you know, Is this like a rematch clause thing? You here to give me some sort of foreboding message because you're upset?
Oh, McCheese, no. I'm not upset in the least. This is how the story must unfold. It was your time to win the belt, and well done. But I couldn't help noticing you were thanking the janitor. And I can see that he helped you. But
I know you two have a little bit of, beef between you, but you know what goes good with beef and helps balance things out is, a little bit of cheese, if you know what I mean. So, like, we could talk about it. Like, you don't have to get on me about, being friends with him.
Oh, nothing. Except this. Sir McCheese, the Big Oof Championship is an open challenge belt. That means that anyone in the locker room can challenge you for the belt, and whoever comes to Aldini first gets a match.
So are you here to tell me that you think the janitor's gonna turn on me and try to take the belt? Or are you here to tell me that you already went to the brass and asked them for a match? Listen, I'm fine with if my friend wants to challenge me. I'll have a good match with him. And I'm fine if you want to challenge me and have a good match with me. But
it's simple. I don't want the belt, but somebody's going to come unexpectedly and face you, and you have to be ready for anything! Well, he kicked him in the Goudas. Betray McCheese, he sees him like a son.
The machinations of the storyteller never clear until they need to be, Jerry.
I mean, anyone could go after that belt. He's right. No one... Oh, and a lariat taking down the Gouda boy. And
there you have... I mean, McCheese... Pretty much, like, the first time we've actually heard him speak since winning the Big Oof title. And pretty much saying how happy that he is and the previous champion that he won it from Storytellers. Pretty much telling him to keep his eyes in the back of his head because anybody could challenge him at any given time. Even McCheese's good friend, the janitor. And we do remember back to before McCheese won the title at Future Shock. The janitor wanted to get the title from the Storytellers first. So there might be some truth in Storytellers' words.
Oh, no, absolutely. It's just great to hear from Sir McCheese again. And in regards to the title scene, as we were discussing earlier, in regards to open challenges, I wonder who's going to go for it.
Me too. I mean, open challenges means literally anybody can make their claim.
Yeah, absolutely.
But coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, we have a very interesting match, actually. We got Maximilian Thundersthighs, the Great Behemoth. That's fucking loud. The Great Behemoth, Maximilian Thunderthighs, going up against one of the newcomers here on Warzone, Jean Tristram.
Absolutely. Maximilian Thunderthighs, in response to, as we can see, just the power behind him. Maximilian Thunderthighs, coming off of his loss up against Wilson, at Future Shock, has been admitting that he needs to work on himself. He wants to improve, and he requested specifically for tough and fast opponents. He wants to face up against the likes of VIP, and he wants nothing short of to pretty much just face anyone and anything that's willing to answer the challenge. And on the part of Tristram, apparently he answered the challenge in regards to preparation for his own gatekeeper match, whenever that will occur eventually. And I can't lie, Maximilian is a very tough, beefy opponent. Just the sheer power, as we can see here, just Max utterly dominating the first several minutes of the match.
Well, I mean, Max has a very obvious power advantage over Jean Tristram. I mean, Jean is a very well-kept individual, we'll say. But Maximilian has got, like, he's probably got a good 50, 60 pounds of pure muscle on Jaunt.
Oh, absolutely. Although, Jaunt has also proven that can take quite a few blows in the past. He's been struck down by Hyrule, then has gotten right back up. Although, it's going to be difficult to see how he goes up against Maximilian Thunderthighs here. Just, again, the sheer power, the sheer integration, the points to the crowd. I suppose that's one thing that both have in common. They both love to play to the crowd and to the camera. Max loves the square circle. He likes to be the center of attention just to get the crowd hyped. And John certainly loves the camera. At least that's that's safe to say.
You could say that it's like two different styles of each competitor's charisma kind of oozing out of them, whereas Jaunt's, I mean, look at the man. That swagger says all. And then you got Maximilian Thunderthighs, who has just this welcoming aura to him, you know?
Oh, no, absolutely. A feast for the eyes, one might be able to say. It's, the crowd is always typed and just proud to see Maximilian out there. And with a competitor like John, it's going to be interesting, seeing, if Max gets anything out of this, or if this is just going to be a completely one-ended fight on Max's part. Because although losing to Wilson, he's still a very strong individual.
Canadian Destroyer, and Maximilian kicks out at 2.
God, that was a
loud one, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'm surprised.
I was surprised he was able to lift him.
Yeah, like, I'm surprised that he was able to get freaking Maximilian Thunderthighs into a Canadian Destroyer to begin with.
Yeah, and he used that twice, I remember, on Hyrule.
I mean, what kind of strength does freaking Jean have at that point? Because, like we said, Maximilian Thunderthighs is like 300 some odd pounds.
Maybe it's more so about using their momentum. He's also a very agile individual, I've noticed, with Jaunt in regards to his matches. Maybe that's the part of fulfilling the, tough and fast. Because granted, while VIP's also just exceptionally just strong, Max also wants to go up against trickier individuals. As we can see, Jaunt to get up and up, Jaunt just punts him right in the face with his knee, brings him down.
Yeah, because it feels like Jean has an answer to everything that Maximilian Thunderthighs can produce. And the crazy Sorry?
As we see here, look at this. Just strangling the life out of him, just up against his throat like that, putting in a leg lock.
And here's the crazy thing, though. Maximilian Thunderthighs has been able to capitalize on just about every bout of offense that he could. But unfortunately, another Canadian Destroyer, and Jean Tristram is your winner.
Oh, absolutely. That caught the commentary off guard. That caught the crowd off guard. Granted, Max put up an amazing offensive at the beginning. Just the sheer power behind those strikes and those lifts. John's definitely going to be feeling that tomorrow. But even so, just a very tactically minded approach in regards to his matches so far. Which kind of lines up with the impression that I got when I interviewed him. A very tactfully minded man. Very strategic, I would absolutely say. And he's been studying, certainly. I wouldn't be surprised if he just went through prior match history and just kept an eye out for things.
I mean, I wouldn't doubt that myself. But, ladies and gentlemen, coming up next, speaking of VIP, we're going to go right back down to the ring to hear from one of their members. Ladies and gentlemen, Suplex Sam.
How's it going, babes? I told you all, didn't I? I told you all that I was going to go out there, and I was going to absolutely destroy whoever dared come out against Suplex Sam, the Suplex Express, alright? One half of the Suplex Express, one of the best wrestlers in this damn company, alright? Let me tell you, I'm sure I showed myself. I'm sure that I showed the whole multiverse why I deserve a shot at that title. All right, babes. I squashed the bee. I did it without picking up a single piece of steel, and I will keep using that stipulation. But my name isn't Suplex Sam, and I am simply the perfect athlete. That's what this whole hardcore division's about, is being stronger than the blood, stronger than the spikes, stronger than the steel, and Shorty back there with the belt, I've proven that I'm stronger than any piece of metal you can shove in my face, you can rake across my back, you can make my face bleed all you like. I'm coming for that belt.
Is that who I think it is, Jerry?
Here he
it is
comes.
Jerry.
The current warp gate.
So you think you've done enough, have you? You think you've shed enough blood? You think you've caused someone else to shed enough blood? Well, I don't think so. Not yet. You're supposed to be, lad. Well, that was good. I'll give you that. You did it. Oh, you're not impressed, huh? You're not impressed, baby? I expected you to come out here and say that, because you know what? You keep saying it. You keep pushing back the inevitable. Dag. Shorty, alright, you keep pushing it back. So, my question for you is, you scared? Oh, I'm not scared of you. I've seen things that'll make you shit bricks, lad. It's not gonna be fun for you when you and I get into the ring, and that's why I love this division, is I can torture whoever I like when they come after my belt. You know the type of torture I've caused. You know what I've done, what I've seen. I can put the thumb screws on the best of them, dag. And there ain't nothing you can do about me coming for your little trinket of a belt. Ah, you see, now that's the spirit. That's the direction I want you to go. I want you to be thirsty for blood and gold and the halls of celebration. I want you to want them to sing your name for generations. But do you deserve it yet? Oh, I'm gonna show you that I deserve it, little man. You and your little red hairs coming out your face, you're all gonna know pain like you've never experienced before, shorty. So go ahead, throw a couple more competitors my way. I'll fold them in half without using chairs or bats or anything like that you love so much. Alright? Good, you keep doing that. And if you fold someone like you say so confidently, you can prove yourself to me. Maybe, just maybe, I'll fill up your cup with a little bit of what you're thirsty for. And that's my blood and my gold. I will, little man. I'm gonna continue to make the division look like a bunch of belt-weight pansies. I'm gonna continue to put spine to the pine. I'm gonna continue to put face on canvas until you're wetting your little skirt. Well, I look forward to it. But as a word of warning, once you get a taste of the pain, and once you understand what some people here can do, the amount of just absolute destruction that everyone else can put in, I think it might catch you by surprise, so you better work on that pain tolerance, Mr. Silicone Muscles.
A heated exchange between Dagrick and Suplex Sam. Oh man, I mean, if Suplex Sam continues this self-imposed rule of his of getting hardcore but not using any weapons, we could see the We could see, I mean, we could see the next title contender. And just, oh man, just suplex. I'm just imagining Suplex Sam with gold outside of the one that he wears on his head and neck and
Absolutely,
wrist,
yeah.
and I think his belt too. Actually, I think he wears a lot of gold.
Oh yeah, rather expensive. Not really something I'd personally would say would be a good idea to bring into like a hardcore match. Just because the nature of things, those things, they just get bloody.
But until then, ladies and gentlemen, we got, speaking of bloody, we have a very personal match coming up next. We have Glycerus, formerly of Lucha on the Rocks, taking on Bartender, also formerly of Lucha on the Rocks. Former tag partners, the inaugural Trios champions, along with Alpha Kong. Now, I mean, now just bitter rivals, it looks like.
Yeah, absolutely. The series haven't called out Bartender prior, and with more recent confrontations between Bart and Power Surge and Glycerius, it's just they've not all parted on good terms.
No, they have not. I mean, also beautiful tilt-a-whirl Hizzers is there, but like, God, I'm hoping that it doesn't get any uglier. Honestly speaking.
No, absolutely. It's one thing to just try to sell it in the ring. It's another if there's nothing that can be done and you just start going the blows. Like, I don't think anyone wants to see that because it's just honestly just tragic, especially for the luchador.
Especially like, I mean, especially with like Glycerius here, like coming out the gate, just keeping Bartender on his toes. Making sure he traps the Bartender's neck within his legs to go in for that submission that he does. I cannot remember the name of it to save my life right now, unfortunately. I want to say it's the, I don't think it's Frostbite. That's the one. Frostbite. Sorry, there's a lot of ice-based maneuvers, and I didn't want to get it mixed up with Wily's. Or Sub-Zero's for that matter.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, admittedly, seeing the invaders several weeks ago, that kind of that threw a wrench in things. People still talking about it a little bit.
Just a bit, and here we have Power Surge's music. And who is? I mean, that's obviously his music and everything, but is he actually going to be there? And yep, there he is. There's the young ward of Bartender, and he hits him with a Power Surge and just lays him out in the middle of the ring. Glycerus.
Ref didn't see it.
Ref didn't see it. Glycerus crawling to get that cover. 1, 2, kicking right out of 2. And I think this is kind of where like momentum definitely shifted back into Bartender's favor. I mean, he was distracted and it kind of did halt him for a bit, but he got right back on into it.
Yeah, almost like the attack from Power Surge just kind of woke him up and he snapped back into it.
Oh, close.
Bart's not been himself lately, honestly.
He has not. No, like he only joined Nakama. He was forced to join Nakama Worldwide, but only kind of continued because he wanted to mentor Power Surge to make him a better wrestler, not just in ring, but also like mentally speaking. And Power Surge just feels like he was only hogging the spotlight. Oh, look at this! Full stop going into that head scissors once more. God,
Yeah,
the master of street lucha shows that title is not just given; it is earned.
Yeah, and meanwhile, Glycerius has been just saying to Bart that, just accusing him of being rudo, or having rudo tendencies.
Oh.
Just maybe not being honest.
Trying to lock Bartender into the frostbite. Bartender breaks away, seeing that coming a mile away. I mean, once again, ladies and gentlemen, former tag partners. I mean, these two know each other in and out. So apologies, if you guys heard anything in the background. My cat, the office cat, has been kind of in a mood. Very needy.
That's okay. Bit of a bittersweet match we have here, though, especially soon after Alpha Kong's retirement, former partners, and all that. Just kind of stings.
Frostbite once again, and he tweaks the arm enough to where Bartender taps. And your winner is Glycerus. The master of Street Lucha wins this day. And to say this is over is probably the understatement of the week, because, I mean, that it was a clean tap out, but it was still with assistance from Power Surge. I don't think Glycerus is gonna appreciate. Like, he probably appreciates the help, but he's probably not. He's probably gonna want to do something like that over again. But, ladies and gentlemen, we have coming up next. We have some words from the VI Pharaoh, Asir Tiran.
Silence, lowborns, and listen to the words of your better. I have been dealing with so many things of late in VIP. The new determination of Wilson, Suplex Sam with his quests, and then last week, I am looking on the monitor. I hear an announcement about the Doctor of Albenomics being the head of merchandising. And then, when he came out for his match, he was announced as representing the administration. I am not pleased, Doctor of Albenomics. You are a member of VIP, the greatest faction in wrestling. And yet, you are representing the administration and not the glory of VIP?
Mouth.
It is the Doctor of Albenomics. We haven't heard from him in ring in quite a while. Why should I care what's going on with Zaka the Weaver, that stupid oracle? Sure, of course you'd be a better head of merchandising than him. That has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. No. Fine, you are part of the administration, but you are a member of VIP, Doctor of Albenomics. Of course I have considered the advantages of having a VIP member in the administration. And of course it dawned on me the extra power that VIP could have. And that is not my issue. Yes, I'm very happy that we could have more sway. But You are representing us. That is a ridiculous argument. No, if you come out, I at least want to hear the name VIP said. And also, while I'm at it, Doctor of Almanomics, I have to ask you, seriously, have you noticed Wilson? He's gotten rid of the clownish aspects and has become a true threat. And yet I see you still wearing jorts. How dare you! Look, I don't care if it's your style. We are VIP. We are the most powerful faction in the world. And I expect you to represent us, and to represent us in the style that is befitting our status.
I'm surprised Elva was able to say those things on live TV, no less.
I know, absolutely. Like, I mean, the bit about his mother. I mean, come on.
Like, keep it on topic at the very least. But like, so Ozzy Turan definitely very upset that Albatross came out representing the administration of all things. I mean.
I'm
sorry, go ahead.
I'd actually, I can't believe I'm saying this. I'd actually agree with Osir, because I mean, it's like you can at least tell him. I mean, did you leave a note or something? Like, hey, I'm part of this now.
Well, here's my thing. Like, I'm looking at it through this lens. Say you're Osir Turan. You spent years building up VIP to be a dominant faction. You have gold around, like, name a member of VIP that hasn't had gold. Oh wait, Suplex Sam. He's working on that one actually currently. So again, VIP itself is, I mean, we do have to admit they are a very dominant team. They are a very influential team, to say the least. And yet, I mean, Wilson's has he departed out of VIP at this point, or is he just?
I don't know, because I mean, Osir did comment on like in that confrontation that they had. Osir Turan did comment on how Wilson has quote unquote not necessarily dropped a gimmick, but he's essentially commenting on how even Wilson's like straightening up, and he's just like on task and focused. And then he just makes a comment about Alba's jean shorts, and that's kind of where things get out of control. But anyways, I mean, you are correct. VIP is a prestigious, and it's got commendations, and to not represent VIP and just wear and own those commendations is kind of out of place. Because I mean, first and foremost, I mean, yes, there's the administration, but Seer believes, and I would agree with him on the point that a VIP should probably come first, because those are your other wrestlers, and those are your teammates. I mean, you represent them like at all times. People look at you and they think VIP. And to suddenly not be doing that, it's a little out of place, a little out of touch almost.
Yeah. Believe me, I get you. And I mean, we could speculate on this for a while, but we only have a few more things to get to today.
Yeah.
Especially,
And I'm sure they'll sort that out in their own time, yes. But anyways, we still got much to go to, like you were saying.
yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, coming up next, we have from one bitter rivalry to another, on to another. We have coming down to the ring representing the Three Kings, Strong Man Bell, going up against Leonid Sanchez representing High Voltage. So here we have the younger faction members here squaring off, albeit though Strongman is a little bit more experienced since he's been around since during the Inquisition era. And Leonid Sanchez coming in about a good year and a half after that madness. And here we see just Strowman, like, just not letting up whatsoever. Just going rope assisted power bomb on that one. I would say I'm always amazed at not only, I mean, look at that. Strongman is a freaking 6'5" individual, 290 pounds of pure muscle, and he can do a Hurricane Rana as if he was like 100 pounds less. Amazing. And who's also amazing? Leonid Sanchez. I mean, it's not taking him long to try and gain some momentum, but Strongman just kind of claps right on back on him. Ooh, just working that nerve pinch. Now, we've seen Leonid go up against guys like Mr. Butler and having very decent success against bigger opponents like that. But there's bigger opponents, and then there's bigger and agile opponents. Strongman is definitely he plays the power game, but this is a combination of Japanese strong style, power moves, and also lucha libre. He is a jack of all trades. Oh, gut wrench powerbomb.
Could it be the king? Could it be high voltage? How serendipitous would it be for the blue bull to face off?
Ooh, diving into that elbow drop to the back of the head. Guy, this match was mostly brought on due to the rivalry between both of these guys as faction mates, Ginger Boy and Aiden Zero. Ginger Boy still having that heated discussion with Aiden the previous week. And we had Aiden Zero continuously trying to egg on Ginger Boy. Also, I can't confirm. Also mentioned about something about like how everyone sees the Ewok. Like no one, the bear that's tattooed on Ginger Boy's chest. No one cannot see it as an Ewok anymore. I can't. Seriously. It's just looking at me doing the freaking Battle of Endor song. I can't pronounce it to save my life. It's haunting me. Ooh. Quickly reversing a headlock into a headlock of his own, and Strongman going in for a Snapdragon suplex. Carrying the momentum from Strongman into the mat. God, I would love to see Leonid Sanchez like take up the big. If he wasn't, if they weren't locked into this match, like into this rivalry between Ginger Boy and Aiden Zero, I would love to see Leonid Sanchez take up McCheese for that big oof title match. I think that would be interesting, actually. High flyer like Leonid Sanchez going up against someone like McCheese. Give this to me. Ooh, drop kick square to the chest. Trying to go in for a, I think what appeared to be a atomic drop, but Strowman gotten right on out of it. God, you got it. Oh, here it is, lifting him up. Oni combo. God, does it with ease. 1, 2, 3. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Strongman Bell. And much deserved and well fought victory. I mean, Leonid was so good in this match too. Ladies and gentlemen, once this gets put onto YouTube, definitely watch this match back, because it was fantastic to watch bell to bell. I cannot sing its praises enough.
Absolutely. Just a fine showing overall from the belt.
Most definitely. I mean, and I honestly just want that trios match to happen between High Voltage and the Three Kings, just to get this blow off done. I mean, I don't even care if it was for Multivania.
Oh no, absolutely. It's been a long time awaited and coming. It's been referenced a bunch during the C101. It's gonna be interesting to see how things play out.
Oh yeah. But until then, we have. Let me just doing a thing here. Anyway, so until then, ladies and gentlemen, we have the Warzone promo of the week, and well, actually, you know what? We got the promo of the week from last week, and I kind of want to show that off since we didn't have it.
Yeah, that might be a good idea. Just to give a taste of like some of the content that unfortunately we weren't able to completely 100% cover.
No, because that was on the week that we were away.
Yeah, unfortunately, so we had some production issues, and there's a lot to sift through as well. So I'm very sad we weren't able to get through it all. But I believe you're pulling up previous week's.
Yep, this is the previous week's promo of the week, ladies and gentlemen. And we only do this because this week's promo ties into this very well. So, last week's Warzone promo of the week.
Whether you believe it or not, I've been busy these past few weeks, so let's speed run the agenda here. Ginger Boy, I have finished every single match, 1, 2, 3, with the Asdable effect or Red Comet, and left it dead and dusted. But because of the special rules of our match, you got to show the world just how stubborn and tough you truly are by taking 3 of the ladder before finally going to sleep. While I didn't appreciate the disrespect to my show and fellow Warzone veterans, I can respect your grit. So now you and Aiden go play in your little corner. Secondly, Sawyer, what the hell? I thought we ended on good terms last we spoke. I get you lost your last match against Jake, but it's not like he cheated or anyone got involved. If you want to be angry at somebody about this HR crap, you can stay pissed at yourself since you're so obsessed with the damn past you took this on. You want to talk about dealing with crybabies? You want to compare piles of misery? Up here at the top of the mountain, I'm the first guy to feel the rain coming down from the sky, the first to feel the blaze of the sun scorch my body, and the first to feel the shit when it hits the fan. But if you want to complain about your misery, I'll be more than happy to send an avalanche your way at the bottom. But we have a system in place, something HR should know all about with your red tape bullshit, a process, a line. In your new boss's decree, next in line is Domain Man, who, come to think of it, I've never really faced. One-on-one, anyway. I'm sure we brushed past each other in the hundreds of worthless multi-man management put us through. But do those technically count? Because technically, some of those belts that make you a triple crown main man don't even exist anymore. And last I checked, you seem more satisfied playing a singing and dancing rejected radiated disc jockey for the Insane Clown Posse versus being an actual wrestler. When Vanon says you're next, I'll gladly play his game and kick your ass back to the same corner where Sawyer office is. Hope you like sharing a desk with a pencil push. Wait, what's that sound? Does anybody else hear
Holy crap! Zako Duo was giving a promo backstage and he's been attacked by the man.
And that was last week's promo of the week, ladies and gentlemen. So this week we have some words from Domain Man himself.
I swear, MNW, the main man wakes up in a good mood. Unfortunately, though, last week, the main man...
Hold the phone. Hang on. Let me just... Oh. That's why. That was the problem. Okay. I think I fixed it.
I swear, MNW, the main man wakes up in a good mood. Unfortunately, though, last week, the main man heard a Gundam Hitachi wand running his mouth. Normally, I don't care what people say, but this son of a bitch had the nerve to say he was at the top of the mountain, which strikes me as strange, because I had never seen an edgy robot up here. Oh wait, that's because it's a different mountain. You see, there are two mountains in this here business. There are those who are defined by the business, and then there are those like me, who do the defining. The main man has done about all there is to do in this business. I've held titles, I've won titles, I've defined titles, I've been in factions, I've written songs, I've blown up buildings, I've fought the National Guard, I've had some of the best matches MNW has ever seen. I have built a legacy in this business. Nobody does it better than the main man. Nobody has done it better than the main man. I have whooped ass since day one. I have nothing to prove, because if you listen, the entire world knows that I am the best. So listen up, Zacko Duo. The main man does what he wants, whenever he wants, and right now, I think he wants your title. So you better brace yourself, because the main man is going to be coming for you.
Strong words from the main man himself, the big Papa Plutonium, the Atomic Adonis, Chernobyl Chad. The list goes on. The last time I checked, it had like 36 names on it.
Yeah, 36. It's we're probably gonna get that up to like 50 by the time of Multivania, to be honest.
That sounds like rookie numbers.
All right.
Like if I know the MNW fan base, that's rookie 50 by Multivania. Probably about it's like Butler was saying, probably over 69. Probably freaking just 100. You know what? 100 sounds good. Whatever is on the Geiger counter. Anyway, so ladies and gentlemen, coming up next. So we mentioned earlier today that Mega Blitz X. If Mega Blitz X wins this tag team match, coming up next, he will get a shot at Semjax's not Big Oof Championship, Mega Money in the Big Bank. But he has to face against the Conquest Bloodline. And, better question is, who is he going to team with? Because we have Lady Boots and Semjax himself coming on down to the ring. And here we have the Henshin hero, Mega Blitz X. And his mystery partner revealed to be our man, Daverman. Heroes stick together. So here we have Mega Blitz and the main event mistress herself, Lady Boots. Jawbreaker right onto the Henshin hero. Lady, also kind of notable, kind of something of note here. Both Lady Boots and almost said Jean Tristam, but no, Semjax are kind of wearing their more casual ring attires. I guess they felt like they didn't want to bust out the battle armor just yet.
Oh, absolutely. Just perhaps make a bit of a show that even when they're not like you say, like in their full preparations, they can still handily take it to any challengers, be it on the sidewalk, in the ring, anywhere.
I think it's also a testament of who's taking, like, how serious either side is taking this. because, I mean, Semjax and Lady Boots are not even in their full equipment, whereas Mega Blitz is going full on Rider X with this.
Maybe it could also just be a statement about not wanting to get their blood on their good clothes, you know?
Yeah.
I can see that, honestly.
And here we have Boots just taking it to Daverman. Boots and Daverman are not... I mean, hell, all four of these individuals... Beautiful suplex, by the way. All four of these individuals are very familiar with each other. I mean, Lady Boots is more familiar with his words, I swear. They're hard. Everyone in this match has got to be familiar with each other. I mean, Daverman, when it comes to going up against the older members of Omega Club, Lady Boots using her old stand of Feel Good Inc. Not really needing that anymore, actually, because she's, I mean, former Nexus Titan champion. I mean, you don't have anyone else fight your battles for you. I mean, as you are climbing up to earn such that kind of a prestigious title. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, sorry I had to answer a message from Phyllis. Phyllis is hi, by the way, Faye.
Oh, hello, Phyllis. Anyways, though, just getting right back into it. They've been facing off against Semjax here. It's just a very strange. Probably the most enigmatic individual on the Warzone roster right now, Semjax. He's just been very patient, very slowly biding his time. He's certainly been a fan of a ticking clock, shall we say. Just perhaps implying that it's only a matter of time before he cashes in and attains goal again for the Conquest Bloodline.
I mean, I completely agree. Up, and away, right on to Semjax. 1, 2, 3. Daverman pins Semjax, and now Mega Blitz has a shot at the Mega Money in the Big Bank.
Absolutely. And Mega Blitz is it's rather interesting, admirable, I would argue, because as well as moving solo in this competition, having done all his research, he's just overall been just improving as a person, which I believe was his goal, breaking off to ride solo for a little bit, work on himself, just try to figure out a direction, and I think he's getting in that range. Did you notice at the end there how when Lady Boots tried to step in, he flung himself across the ring and locked her head in to just occupy her for a couple of minutes to make sure Daverman could get the pin. He was waiting for it.
Yeah, I could have sworn that Mega Blitz kind of countered Lady Boots when Daverman was going for that pin.
Yeah, possibly, yeah. It's, but yeah, it's, I can't help but wonder, how long, maybe Daverman and, Mega Blitz have been talking, because, granted, while, Daverman has had now the victory over VIP, there's other, forces at work, shall we say, and while I haven't personally known Daverman to go up against the Conquest Bloodline. Perhaps he's just keeping an eye on the situation, and as a veteran, is showing Mega Blitz the ropes, shall we say, especially in dealing with these more senior factions in the business.
I mean, also, it's like I mentioned earlier, heroes stick together. I mean, both are costumed vigilantes who are trying to do good by the multiverse, and they're just trying to look out for each other. But, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Warzone main event. So, this is a very interesting match. We have a lock-in of the Eastern Bloc Party going up against the Grandmaster of Cloud9 himself, Defunk. And if Defunk wins, Lock-in has to join Cloud9. So, starting off with a stalling suplex and also getting a quick little workout in for Lock-in here.
Absolutely. Lock-in, who Defunk has had his eye on for several months now. He's been waiting for this moment, and he hasn't even wanted Lock-in's attention straying for a second from the match. I'm not sure what the whole deal is in regards to that, and people, especially on social media, have been calling out Defunk for showing shades of how Trashman Jones used to run things, just being visceral and violent and rather underhanded in regards to his approach in recruitment, which, I mean, admittedly is one way to go about it. But that's not really necessarily going to guarantee a recruit staying around for too long.
Yeah, like...
Yeah. It's probably a better way to get a knife in the back, honestly, even if he joins them. It doesn't necessarily mean he's not going to try to get rid of you.
And, I mean, it just kind of all boils down to Defunk just asking Lock-in, hey, do you want to join Cloud9? No. Okay, have a day. But either way, so another stalling suplex from Lock-in there. I swear, he's a friggin' suplexing machine. I still think that Lock-in is trying to. Oh God, Ignacio! Defunk distracting the Rev and Ignacio just taking it to Lock-in while the ref is distracted.
Oh no, he hit him behind! Oh my God! The ref is taking out his neck. Oh, Cervantes throwing Lock-in and steps it out. Here comes Pain. It's open season on Lock-in. The ref just missing. Starting the 10 count.
And here we have Defunk trying to capitalize on what his followers... Yeah, followers sounds like a good word for it.
Yeah, the followers of the Great Bull, I believe it's called. I'm not really too sure what is going on in regards to that.
I don't know what to tell you.
It sounds like a lot of bull, as I'm sure some people would say.
Boo. Way too easy.
I mean, I don't really see what's going on behind it. Like, just is it aggression? I mean, I don't know Bull's being underhanded, but all right. And just knocking him down. And what's he? He's trying to grabbing a hold of the ref. Okay. Did Payne pull out a bat too? What the?
Yeah. Also.
And out goes the ref.
Also, I'm just gonna say this: the Great Bull was never about actual bulls. No. It was about the undisputed MVP, Edward Bosco. Defunk trying to learn from what Bosco had when he was competing in MNW.
Interesting.
Right, chill. I know you got the zoomies, but dude, come on.
Oh, We get a cat over there.
Brad and the cat are chasing each other. It's distracting. Anyway.
Well, thankfully the ref is back up. But Defunct is just not having it. He's just mercilessly just beating things.
And it looks like Defunct here is trying to go for the count-out victory. Count of 9. What was that, 8? Count of 9?
Yeah.
Nope, before he could get to the count of 10.
He did not want to win by a count-out.
And just Sergeant Major Payne just going right after Lock-in. Cloud9 trying to get any kind of advantage that they can get just to get Lock-in on their side. And here you see Lock-in finally taking it to Ignacio. Payne just looking. Seriously though, and now the boots are getting taken to the unknown soldier himself.
Yeah, it almost looked though like Payne really didn't want to take it personal with Lock-in, but kind of just by being here, he's very much doing that by just kind of assisting Defunct in this.
Yeah, I have to agree with that.
Although I'm not sure what the purpose of that is, because you could argue Defunct is in of himself a very, competent performer. He knows what to do, and granted, he is vicious, but that in of itself is a very important attribute. Because if you can knock your opponent down, it makes pinning, submissions, it makes all of that so much easier. And Payne over here is electing to move part of the steel stairs. Just, come on, guys, can we please keep it clean in the center of the ring? Someone's gonna get hurt on those things.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just thinking about what you said, honestly. How Defunct in his own right is a competent competitor. I mean, the guy was given multiple chances to succeed in this. I mean, multiple-time tag champion, multiple-time contending for the Nexus Titan and Big Oof championships. I mean, hell, the wiggle that Defunct brings out is one of the most devastating submissions in the entirety of MNW. Outside of, I don't know. Oh, God, and then the ref just kicks out Ignacio and Sergeant Major Payne. So now, this is back to a one-on-one. Oh, no. Ooh, suplexing
Oh, the steel chairs! The ref is out, though!
The stairs.
Honestly, these tactics, there was a lot of commentary behind this, and in comparison to what I saw earlier from Suplex Sam, this is the kind of stuff that people were expecting Suplex Sam to be doing. I mean, granted, there was the weird incident with the green mist, but this is a lot more nefarious and underhanded, and more typical. You expect a VIP with the backup, but.
And then here we see the lights are going out. And was that a horn?
Yes. And I admit it did get a little frigid in here. As here we have.
Yeah, and here we see the return of Nice Ice. And Ignacio coming back from the back just to interrupt the return. And Nice Ice just looking at him going, no, you. Oh, God, just that snap. God, he's back from Cyber Siberia and just taking it to Ignacio here. Oh, pop-up punch. It's like he hasn't missed a day. Oh, here it is, the Iron Curtain. And going down to the ring to support his tag team partner Lock-in, who's taking it to Defunct as we speak. It always amazes me that how Nice Ice can get his coat through those arms. 2, 3. Your winner, ladies and gentlemen, and not a member of Cloud9, but a member of the Eastern Bloc Party, Lock-In. Hard-earned victory through so much chicanery. But yeah, oh my god. I'm actually excited to see Nice Ice again. I mean, it looked like he has like new ring gear. I mean, ditching the singlet just in favor of more shorts, showing off his physique a bit more. I'm very looking forward to what he's going to be doing going forward, especially with Multivania just right around the corner. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, coming up next, we have the Warzone Moment of the Week.
Oh, I don't see
the back.
I don't see possibly what could rally Lock-In at this stage.
The back of Lock-In pretty much broken in two.
Oh! Oh, now he's setting. This is it. He's setting up for the wiggle. This is it. I'm sorry, folks.
That Russian.
What the hell?
It's dark. It's dark, Jerry.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Nice Ice!
Returning from the mountains of Cyber Siberia!
Oh no, look out! Behind you! Ice, it's Cervantes!
Cervantes not done! Oh! The nicest of ice, the coolest of cold, is back in the multiverse!
Nice Ice's return and his reuniting with Lock-In, Eastern Bloc Party is back, baby, is your moment of the week. And that is Warzone, ladies and gentlemen. You can go ahead and tune into Warzone at twitch.tv/Dr_Caliban, Saturdays at 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. But until then, as we are winding down here, Faye, is there anything that you would like to tell the Firing Line audience?
Other than the fact that, remember, sign-ups are now open in regards to the tags and the triple tags as far as the Warzone side for the Big Oof Championship. First come, first serve. And as far as the Nexus and other titles, stay tuned for more. Things are heating up on the way to Multivania. Even more eyes now on the belts than ever, I would argue.
Most definitely. But for my co-host Faye, I am Joe Mojo, and we are signing out.
Hey, it's Flashbang's Tiki the Troll here to remind you to pay that toll. How, you may be asking? Ha! Easy. Just be sure to give us a like, throw down a comment, and hit that subscribe button. Then we'll be seeing you around. For the, next payment.